check. Hello. Yes, very good morning, my dear friends. Guys, good morning. Wonderful. First of all, how is it feeling that you're done with foundation and come to CA Inter? Wonderful. Happy or excited? Excited. अच्छा, happiness तो गया क्योंकि काम हो गया फाउंडेशन का, अभी आगे बहुत काम बाकी है. ठीक है, good. Happy to hear that. Before we proceed, 2-3 interesting points I'll tell. Then we'll directly start the subject because we don't believe in time pass. Let's start doing the things. But before I start, I'll tell 2-3 points. That is, guys, on a scale of 100, if I have to look at the CA course curriculum, passing foundation is only 25% activity. Passing inter is 50% activity, means 75% is done. And the last 25% activity is your CA final. That's very, very clear. Because you know that you have chosen a tough course. Do you know that? Or you're thinking that ऐसे आगे ऐसे कुछ कर रहे, वैसे तो नहीं है ना? Definitely. Good. Please have a clarity of thought that we have chosen a tough course. We are tough people, so we'll do tough things. Correct? Agreed? Excellent. So we are tough people. We will definitely do tough things. So let's accept that true reality that we are doing a tough course and we have to work hard. So as we have worked hard in foundation and cleared that, there is much longer way to go in CA Inter and CA final. But CA Inter requires double of your efforts what you have put in foundation. And whether you qualified your foundation in first attempt or second attempt, it is immaterial. At inter level, it is very important that from day one you are focused, day one you are committed to subject. Clear, no? Because पहले February चालू है तो सब आपका अपना दिमाग चल रहा है. I saw one person putting poster as coffee free only for singles. सबका मतलब marketing strategy अलग हो गया. Anyways, coming back to our discussion. So what I was telling you very clearly is that from day one, it is very important that you guys are focused and committed towards doing things perfectly what you are supposed to do. If first 1-2 months, if you just wash out, gone. Because time is very precious. Anything in life can come back except the time what you put in. Investment of time is the biggest investment of life which you cannot afford to miss out. So for that reason, it is important that from day one we start working, day one we are focused. क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम क्या है बेटा, स्टार्टिंग 1-2 दिन में ऑटोमेटिकली यू आर मोर फोकस बिकॉज यू आर एक्साइटेड. अरे यार कुछ नया देखते हैं. 4 सब्जेक्ट देखे थे फाउंडेशन में जो अलग ही लेवल पे था. इंटर में यू गेट टू सी सम न्यू सब्जेक्ट्स, न्यू फैकल्टीज, न्यू फ्रेंड्स, जूनियर बिकेम सीनियर, सीनियर बिकेम जूनियर्स, what not. So all different mixed emotions will be there for first 3-4 days. That's pretty good, very nice. But that momentum should continue. Then the real success will come. Because you can talk to your seniors and friends who were there in the previous batches. These guys will clearly tell you that from day one you have to be focused. Because if you wash out some time in the starting, very difficult to bring back that time. Getting my point, everyone? So from day one, let's start working towards the subject, and from day one, let's start focusing towards what is required for us. Correct? Because today's date, to do time pass, there are so many options in our life. Do you agree to that? Yes? हाँ, इंस्टा ओपन करो, एक रील ओपन करो, बैठ जाओ, बस 4-5 घंटा चलेगा टाइम पास काम. There is no doubt about it. So there are so many options for to do time pass in our life. So in the class, let's forget the time pass and do only subject. So our 99% objective is only subject. 1% sometimes will have fun only to relax ourselves from the subject. That's it. There's nothing else. जो मिलेगा वो subject मिलेगा. In that, there's no second thought about it. You will get the best. That's my guarantee. Clear, friends? So first of all, other than direct entry students, those who finished their foundation and came to inter, let's all clap for ourselves for finishing foundation and coming to inter. Good job. But now it's time to gear up for CA Inter. Let's start working more and do something bigger, because one thing is always there. Last point which I'll tell to motivate you, then I'll start with subject. That is, yesterday's success doesn't deserve today's applause. मीनिंग समझ गए बेटा? हाँ, मतलब अभी रिजल्ट आया ये महीने में तो आप खुश है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. 2-3 महीने के बाद भी आप यही बोलेंगे मैं फाउंडेशन पास हो गया, फाउंडेशन पास हो गया. भाई कितने महीने बोलेंगे यही बात? अब इंटर का काम है, आगे बढ़ो. बराबर है ना? दिस मंथ इज ओके बिकॉज दिस मंथ ओनली वी गॉट रिजल्ट, वी आर एक्सट्रीमली हैप्पी, सुपर, अमेजिंग. बट आफ्टर 2-3 months, don't talk about your foundation result. Talk about what work to be done. Clear? Everyone agreed? चलो, right, very good. Myself Shiva Teja, guys. नाम तो पता है आपको, but let me tell you that I'm a chartered accountant and also a cost accountant, double qualified. I qualified my CA CMA way back in the year 2011. Yeah, almost 12 years back. I qualified my CA and CMA both in the first attempt by God's grace and faculty support. So I qualified both in the first attempt, and I've worked with ENY, that is Big Four consulting department, in the core taxation department in Hyderabad for 2 years. I'm from Hyderabad, let me tell you. So if somebody from outstation, don't worry at all. मैं खुद भी outstation से हूँ, तो आप बिंदास पुणे में काम करते हैं अपना, जिस काम के लिए आए. Let me clarify that point first. ठीक है ना बेटा? So one point, let me tell you again that I worked in the core taxation department for 2 years. After that, I started my own practice in Hyderabad. We have a partnership firm in Hyderabad with close to 7 partners. We have branches in Mumbai, branches in couple of other places in Andhra Pradesh. So it's a firm which has got close to more than about 20 years experienced. I'm not 20 years experienced, but I'm 12 years experienced. I joined the firm after 8-9 years. So I'm also into practice. The only reason for telling you that I'm also into practice is only to tell you that I'll bring lot of practical things into the classroom, which I'll definitely show you. I'll show you the client data, I'll remove the client names, and I'll show you the data. Confidentiality is there. So for that reason, I cannot disclose the client names, but I'll show you the client data for you to understand things in a better way. That activity I'll do. And I'm not somebody who is a namesake practice in chartered accountant. I do core income tax and GST works and other activities in my office. And even when I'm sitting in Pune also, after your class, I get back to my work. Cloud office I've set up. So here also I sit and do the work of my office. You're getting my point, everybody? So I'll bring a lot of practical things into the classroom. If you want, you guys can check with your friends who were there in my class before, how many practical things they have learned. And the only reason I teach so many practical things is because of 2 reasons. One, I have a passion towards teaching practical things. Second, ultimately after CA enter qualifying, you guys have a very big task to do. That is your articleship. You know that? Is articleship good or bad, beta? Students बोल रहे stipend bad है sir. ठीक है. Anyways, my dear friends, let me tell you honestly that articleship is one such thing which is actually very good. The reason being very clearly that that is the area where you practically implement the knowledge what you have got in the classroom. And as a chartered accountants, doctors, people like professionals, it is important that they connect the theory into the practice. Correct? No, if there is a doctor who doesn't do internship, just learnt how to do a surgery, and suddenly come to the operation theater and tell, I will do surgery on you. Will you tell, okay, you learned to know how to do? Will you say that? No. It's all a practical exposure what you get. In the same way, even in CA curriculum, we have got this great benefit of articleship where you get to connect to the practical reality of the subject and do things practically. So that's why I was trying to tell you very clearly that subject like taxation requires practical approach. And when you go to articleship, you'll remember me for sure. Because whatever we learn in the classroom will be practical. There's no second thought about it. Just to make you happy, I'll not teach you theory. I'll make you happy for long time. Clear? No sir, क्लास में अच्छा सुन के 2 महीने तक आप बोलेंगे अरे शिवा सर मस्त पढ़ा है, बाद में आर्टिकलशिप गए कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तो क्या मतलब हुआ फिर? That's a concept, no? So इसलिए वो बहुत जरूरी है कि आप जो भी सीखेंगे प्रैक्टिकल सीखेंगे. When we go to articleship, we'll enjoy the subject like anything. That's what we'll do. Are we clear? Everybody? Brilliant. And we will start the class in the morning daily at 7:45 only. Let's not start at 8 because if we start at 8, you get lesser breaks in between and lunch break will become too much short. For that reason, we change the timings. पता है ना timings change हो गया आपका? हाँ 7:45 वही था ना आपको pamphlet पे? हाँ ठीक है. Clear. Good. So with that note, my dear friends, are we ready to start? Everybody? Brilliant guys, brilliant. Let's start off the discussion about CA Inter, the first subject. Welcome you all to CA Inter, and let's start the discussion about this beautiful subject, taxation. And you guys, please maintain separate book for every subject. Don't create any all-in-one book. आगे taxation, पीछे costing, बीच में accounts. मत करो ये सब. Please maintain a separate honest book for taxation so that things will become very easy and very comfortable. Are we clear, everybody? Friends, make sense? All of us? Right. So one more thing I want to tell you, whatever you want to write running notes, don't write running notes during the class. I will tell you what to write, that only you write. Means what we'll do is, we'll first try to learn the concepts. We'll understand the things perfectly, get a conceptual clarity, then we'll start writing. You need not write running notes when I'm discussing the concept. I will make you write, that you leave it to me. Okay guys? Everybody will make the right. I'll give you materials. I'll give you materials for the subject. What I'll give you, all that I'll tell you. But while explaining, don't write it. I'll make you write. That time you happily write. Clear, guys? Everyone? यार मैं यहाँ पे हूँ यार, मेरे को देखो यार. ठीक है. Come on, guys. First of all, we are trying to learn a beautiful subject, that is taxation. Have you heard about this in foundation? Oh, from whom? Acha, from me only. Okay. Right. Anyways, so taxation is one such subject which is not there at CA foundation level, but they'll start trying to test you from CA inter level. The reason being, foundation level, they wanted you to get the basics of accounting, a good knowledge on mathematics, to develop your analytical skills. Whatever derivatives, integration, logarithms you have done, you will not do that again in inter, but that analytical thinking, what you develop there, will come again in inter. That skill set will be useful. And of course, your BCR, BCK over. Now nobody will ask you what is GDP, what is per capita income, all that. It's done. That story is over. But at CA inter level, you have got this new subjects like taxation, costing, and new things you will learn. Faculty could be same, but new things you get to learn which were not there in foundation. Yes? Everyone? This tax subject of your CA inter level, my dear friends, is divided into two parts. One is direct tax, second is your indirect tax. And direct tax is worth for about 60 marks. ये पता है आपको? ठीक है. Direct tax is worth for about 60 marks, and indirect tax is worth for about, बोलो, wow, student बोल रही है यार, क्या बात है. Come on. So direct tax is worth for 60 marks, indirect tax is worth for 40 marks. Indirect tax is more of your GST content, which you learn for 40 marks. Direct tax part is your income tax, which is worth for about 60 marks. That direct tax part is what I'm going to teach you guys. Clear, my dear friends? Everybody? And just leave all your fears aside. If you guys are thinking by any chance, we have come from different background, we have come from a far distance, staying at hostel. Yes, sab theek hai beta, we have come for a purpose. So fulfill that purpose. Okay? And don't worry about where you have come from. Only look at where you have to go. That is important. And I also have done from a small place. And in my 10th class, in my school boards, I got a score of 74%. And I finished my CA in first attempt. So it's possible. So your old track record will not decide your future. So focus on it. Things will definitely happen. Take it beta? Everybody. And when I got 74%, my cousin was there. Cousin, brother, biggest problems in life. तो कंपेयर करेंगे ना, इसको कितना है, इसको कितना आया, ये तो बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है ना. And when I got 74, I was extremely happy. यार pass with distinction, man. 74% और क्या चाहिए लाइफ में. But my cousin got little more. He got 94. अरे थोड़ा ही है ना यार, 7-9 हो गई सर, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा. मतलब मैं तो फील नहीं हुआ. I was very happy that I got 74. Fine man, I passed. वो भी तो 11th में जाएगा, मैं भी 11th में जाने वाला हूँ, क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है. बट माई पेरेंट्स फील लिटिल सैड. अरे उसको 94 आया, इसको 74 आया, बहुत कम आया इसको. मैं सोचा ठीक है यार, मम्मी पापा इतना फील हो रहे, उनके लिए पढ़ाई कर लेते. एंड आई डिसाइडेड व्हाट टू डू नाउ. देन समबडी टोल्ड टेक बाईपीसी, एमपीसी, डू साइंस, व्हाट नॉट. स्कूल में आई नो व्हाट वाज माय साइंस टैलेंट. So I decided that I will not get into physics and chemistry. Then I thought, what next? Then somebody told commerce is fantastic. बोला नाम तो सुनने में बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है, commerce, let me choose it. And then I decided to join this curriculum of commerce, max economic commerce. MEC was the course content, where I've chosen 11th and 12th. In 12th, they have conducted one motivational session, जहाँ पे जाके सुनने का बहुत मजा आता है यार. मोटिवेट हो या ना हो, सुनने में तो मजा आता है. Where I went there to that session, there what has happened is, one person has come and told about CA course, telling that CA is like this, CA is like that, इतना बड़ा काम रहेगा, 18 घंटा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, 24 घंटे में आपको ये करना पड़ेगा, वो करना पड़ेगा, बस उसके बाद साइन करो, पैसा ही पैसा है, पैसा ही पैसा है, what not. All expressions he has given. And I like the expressions what he gave. Then what he told. Then I thought सिर्फ 2 ही लेटर है CA, चलो बेटा कर लेते, 2 ही लेटर है, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है CA, let me join. And I have done foundation. And I was shocked. Foundation, that time it was 200 marks. So I got a score of 144 out of 200, which is actually a very good score. It's as good as getting 300. Getting 250. ठीक है? Wonderful. So बोला नहीं सर, हम अलग है, आप अलग है, नहीं. ठीक है? As good as getting 250. Correct? No, I got a score of almost 144 out of 200. All relatives shocked, complete shock. ये सीए कर रहा है और फाउंडेशन पास हो गया, ये ऐसा कैसा हो गया? Because I was the first person in my entire family circle, that side, this side, mother side, father side, only person telling I will do CA. सब के सब शॉक, ये कैसा सीए करने को डिसाइड किया और फाउंडेशन कैसा पास हो गया? Correct? No? Any kind of experience like this? I know very much. So when I passed foundation, all my relatives were shocked. Relatives, biggest troubles in life. So they were all shocked. And when I passed foundation, all of them told, foundation only, inter is there, final is there. Picture away. Baki hai mera dost. And scene cut after 9 months, I wrote my CA enter, qualified CA enter also. First attempt. All relatives again shocked. And this time even more shock. How did this boy pass? क्या कर रहा है, कॉपी कर रहा क्या? वो भी नहीं बोल सकते. सीए में कहां पे सीने कॉपी करने का? अपने सामने वाले को क्या आता क्या नहीं आता कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं है. अरे बराबर नहीं यार. दूसरा एग्जाम में तो कुछ सोच सकते हो, वो दिखाना भाई क्या है, क्या आंसर है. इसमें क्या पूछेंगे? अपन खुद को कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं, उसको क्या लिख रहा है. अपन जो आंसर लिख रहे हैं उस पर हमको 1000 बार डाउट आता है कि हम क्या लिख रहे हैं क्या नहीं लिख रहे. उसको क्या पूछते हैं दोबारा? बराबर ना फ्रेंड्स. So when I wrote my inter and qualified, again everybody got shocked. How did this boy qualify inter? Then they told, inter only, the real monster is sitting for you final, then we will see. Scene move forward. Next, extremely after 3 years, I wrote my CA final, qualified CA final also in the first attempt. And there in CA final, I wrote group wise. Inter, I wrote both groups at a time. Final, I wrote group wise. I wrote. Little worried I was, so I thought I'll write group 1, group wise in final. In final, I wrote group wise and qualified both the groups. And after that, all relatives who were shocked, that I went to them and told, CA final also passed, became a chartered accountant. Became a chartered accountant. And all these relatives who gave reactions that time, straight away gave reaction. शाबाश बेटा, हमको पहले से बताता तू सीए बनेगा. हमको पहले से बताता तू सीए बनेगा. This was the reaction straight away what they have given. That means starting days when we were joined CA course, they were all shocked that how did this happen? आगे picture बहुत बाकी है. And the moment you qualify your CA, reaction started changing, saying that we know that from day one that you will become a CA. See the instantaneous change in the statement. That's how people react. So it is important for us to prove what we are and qualify CA as soon as possible, which requires great amount of dedication and commitment. Much more than what you have shown in foundation. Clear? Everybody? Done guys, come on. Coming back to subject of taxation. As I told you that we have got 2 parts in taxation, that is direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax is worth for how many marks? Come on. Direct tax is worth for 60 marks. Indirect tax is for 40 marks. 60 marks content is what I'll deliver to you. But even though 60 marks, it's one of the core important 60 marks. The reason being very, very practical subject. And let me tell you one important point. That is, at final level, CA final, the moment you step into final, direct tax is for 100 marks. Indirect tax is also for 100 marks. समझ गए मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं आपको? Accounting, what you will study for 100 marks, is again 100 marks in final. Costing, what you study for 100 marks, is again 100 marks in final. But for taxes subject, 60-40 is again 200. That means 100 marks became 200 marks. That shows the core importance of the subject of taxation. You're getting what I'm saying, everybody? Friends? Hi, sir. Welcome. अब भी हम बात कर रहे थे जीएसटी के बारे में. जीएसटी सर आ गए.
गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स. सर आपको इनकम टैक्स के बारे में सब बताया होगा और हमारा जीएसटी जो है वो स्टार्ट होगा 21 अप्रैल से. तो पूरे जोश के साथ हो. तो मैं सबसे पहले तो आपको कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करना चाहूँगा कि आपने सीए फाउंडेशन एग्ज़ाम क्लियर किया है. तो जिस हार्डवर्क से आपने ये एग्ज़ाम किया है हार्डवर्क या ऐसे पास हो गए? किया है ना. तो इसी मेहनत के साथ आपको इंटर की पढ़ाई करना है. वैसे सर तो आपको कंटिन्यूस गाइड करेगी, लेकिन मैं बस इतना ही कहना चाहूँगा कि यहाँ पे आपको जो है प्रॉपर सुबह मॉर्निंग 8 बजे से लेके तो शाम को 7 बजे तक क्लासेस तो करनी ही है, लेकिन उसके बाद आपको डेली बेसिस पे होमवर्क करना है. तो देखो बेटा, अगर पहले एग्ज़ाम में पास होना है और सक्सेसफुल रहना है तो आपको आने वाले 4 से 5 महीना कंटिन्यूस अपने आप को टोटली झोंक देना है. यानी बस क्लास और पढ़ाई, बाकी टाइम पास के लिए अपन टाइम निकालें, ठीक है। सो थैंक यू टू ऑल ऑफ यू।
समझ गए ना 60 हाँ टैक्सेशन वो क्लैरिटी तो आ गया मुझे आपको, ठीक है डन। एनीवेज सो वी विल डील विद द 60 marks of direct tax part which I'll take care for you, and 40 marks sir will teach you for GST. Okay, anyways you'll learn about GST much more in detail later on, but we will restrict ourselves to income tax. Okay guys, and as you know that your classes for group 1 will continue for a period of about 3 to 3.5 months. So in that what happens is that since tax subject is for 100 marks, first 2 months, that is for 60 days, I'll run the show of direct tax. After that sir will take over and he will teach for about 35 to 40 days. You're getting my point, everybody? And last batch also, previously also, we started on the right day, ended also on the right day. We completed in time. And we believe completion progressively. मतलब फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर 1 महीना अपना खत्म हो गया, मैं गारंटी आपको बोलूंगा 50%, नहीं तो 45% सिलेबस तो 100% कंप्लीट होगा ही होगा, उसमें कोई गारंटी नहीं है, उसमें 100% गारंटी है। You're getting what I'm saying, everybody? So there is no question of completing less first and more later. That will not do. Will progressively complete the syllabus and uska 100% guarantee hai. Are we clear, everyone? All of us? Shall we start? Right. So friends, this tax subject of direct tax, as I was telling you that what is the reason first of all that government is collecting these taxes, guys? Please participate, tell your answers, no problem, feel free to answer. Why do you think government is collecting tax? Sorry? To run the country, exactly. Ultimately government wants some source of revenue to run the country. To run the country they are collecting something in the form of taxes, exactly. To run the country means what is that they are doing with these taxes? Public expenditure, good, like गवर्नमेंट सैलरीज। ओह, अगर आपको कोई गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय मिल गया उसको बोलेंगे भाई तेरा सैलरी मैं दिया। हाँ ठीक है, नेक्स्ट। और गवर्नमेंट सैलरी हो तो ठीक है, नेक्स्ट। डेवलपमेंट, क्या डेवलपमेंट भाई? इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट, गुड। एग्जाम्पल? हाँ, रोड्स, ब्रिजेस, फ्लाईओवर्स, हाईवेज, व्हाट नॉट। ठीक है, रोड अलग अलग रहता है, अलग बात है, बट जो करना है वो कर रहे हैं। हाँ नेक्स्ट। बड़ा एक्सपेंडिचर भूल गए आप लोग। Defense, excellent. The one of the biggest expenditure of the country, of the government, is the defense. The reason being very clear that ultimately it is very important for us to protect the country. Correct, no? So defense is one major expenditure what India spends on, and to run the show like this, to cover the entire expenditure, they are collecting revenue in the form of taxes. So as a responsible citizen, it is the duty of a person to pay the tax. And government, whatever taxes they are collected, it is their responsibility to give back the taxes in the form of development. And that is the reason why sometimes when they do infrastructure development, they put up a board there saying that your taxes are at work. Did anyone see this by any chance? कभी देखे क्या? देखे एक दो लोग, ठीक है। वहां पे एक बोर्ड लगाते, your taxes are at work, so that you will feel responsible. ये मेरा ही रोड है, हाँ बाप का ही रोड है। हाँ आई नो नेक्स्ट डायलॉग वही आने वाला है। हमने ही टैक्स पे किया ये रोड के लिए, ठीक है, बट आपने टैक्स पे किया तो यू हैव टू स्टिल फॉलो द रूल्स। एनीवेज, नाउ as I told you my dear friends, the tax is divided into two parts, direct tax and indirect tax. What is the difference between direct tax and indirect tax, my dear friends? दोनों में फर्क क्या है? हाँ, impact and incidence, foundation talent, wonderful. Next, और कुछ आंसर? इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स का एग्जांपल क्या है? जीएसटी। अच्छा, आप सर को देखे तो जीएसटी खत्म। डायरेक्ट टैक्स का एग्जांपल? हाँ, शिवा सर तो देख लिए, वंडरफुल। So let me tell you the point very clearly. In general terms, we say direct tax is a tax which is directly imposed on the person. Indirect tax is a tax which is indirectly imposed. But if you write this answer, 0 marks will come in the exam. The reason being that is a local language which you can't write in the exam. The technical answer for this is direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on the same person. Impact means who is liable to pay. I repeat again, impact means who is liable to pay. Bolo beta, impact means exactly. Incidence means who actually pays. Simple example, Shiva Teja is doing some activity. I have got some income. on whatever income I got, I will only pay tax. Can I collect that tax from somebody and pay from my pocket? No, I should pay from my own pocket. Getting clarity, everybody? That's called direct tax. Indirect tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on different person. Means person who is liable to pay, person who actually pays, both are different. Classic example, when we go to a restaurant, who is liable to pay GST is the restaurant owner. I repeat again, who is liable to pay GST is the restaurant owner. But he will collect from customer. In the same way, when we go to watch a movie, there is a GST on the cinema ticket. Who is liable to pay is theater owner, but he will collect from customer. You're getting what I'm saying, everybody? Straight point. Here, a lot of them have taken admission already. Some of them are yet to take the admission. Who have already taken admission, you have got a free receipt. वो देखे क्या? उसमें GST है क्या? Exactly. Who is liable to pay GST actually? Expert. ठीक है. I mean to say, coaching centers are liable to pay GST, but who actually paid? Customer or consumer. Getting my point, everybody? Ultimate burden will always fall on the consumer. Other words, what I want to tell you is that there is a concept of shifting of tax burden. Shifting of tax burden in case of indirect tax. But the burden cannot be shifted in case of direct tax. Getting my point, everybody? Friends, speak out. So if when I go to a theater to watch a movie, who is liable to pay GST is theater owner, but he will shift that burden to customer. You're getting my point, everybody? Come on, guys. What is direct tax? It's a tax where impact and incidence is on the same person. Indirect tax is a tax where is on different person. Impact means who is liable to pay. Incidence means who actually pays. Both are same in case of direct tax, but both are different when it comes to indirect tax. Clear with this point? So no more statements of directly paying, indirectly paying, no words. Direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Indirect tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on different person. Are we clear with that? Everybody? Can you give some examples of direct tax? Yeah, major taxes like direct tax. Major direct tax is income tax. Also taxes like municipal tax, corporation taxes. They are all like direct taxes. Indirect tax example? GST. और कुछ? VAT, CST पूरा खत्म हो गया दोस्त. They were all taxes like VAT, CST and all prior to GST. But in 2017, government has consolidated all these indirect taxes and made it one nation, one tax, that is GST. But even today, we still have something called customs. Heard this word customs? Customs is levied on what? Import and export. For imports and exports, there is customs duty. So these will come under indirect taxes. But our focus is on direct tax. So what is direct tax? One last time. It is a tax where impact and incidence is on. Exactly. Impact means who is liable to pay. Incidence means so who is liable to pay, who actually pays. Both are one and the same when case of in case of direct tax. Clear with that, my dear friends? Everybody, sir? Right. Friends, one important point let me tell you here, that is when we talk about the structure of income tax, first of all, there are 5 pillars of democracy, my dear friends. So today is only the day, first day. That is the reason why you will understand the background of this income tax. Then from tomorrow there is no concept of constitution, background, all the stories over. Let's start looking at the further provisions. But today you have to understand where from this tax has come. That's why I'll take little time to explain the background of this tax. Clear? There are 5 pillars of democracy, my dear friends. What is democracy? By the people, for the people, to the people. Oh my God. Of the people. क्या बेटा जो मिलेगा वो लगा देंगे क्या? It is by the people, for the people, of the people. Basically, meaning of that is that we are ruled by our own elected representatives. In simple terms, if Modi ji is sitting in center, we elected him. Means we voted for members of parliament, they indirectly voted for him. That means we only elected Modi ji, no? But in some countries, it's not like that. It is king's rule. like Dubai, North Korea. All kings rule only, not normal, extraordinary. There once king dies, king's son will become king. Now they will ask, what if no son? Son-in-law. No son-in-law, their relative. But there is no concept of election, voting and all. But here we believe a concept of democracy. Clear, friends? Now, there are 5 pillars of democracy, my dear friends. Number 1, legislature. Legislature is somebody who frames the laws. Legislature is somebody who frames the laws. Second is your executive government. Executive government is somebody who implement the laws. Come on guys, legislature, what do? Frame the laws. Executive government, implement the laws. Third one, judiciary. Judiciary interprets the laws. Come on guys, repeat again. Legislature, what do? Frame the laws. Executive government, implement the laws. Judiciary, interpret the laws. One more time, come on. Legislature frames the laws. Executive government, implement the laws. Judiciary, interprets the laws. Exactly. Fourth one, press. Media. Press echoes the public opinion. Echoes the public opinion. Of course, lot of times they express their opinions only, but legally they are supposed to express public opinions. Clear? And the last one is your interesting element. That is your C&AG, which stands for comptroller, and it's not controller, comptroller. COMPTROLLER. Comptroller and Auditor General. What is his name? Comptroller and Auditor General. I'll make you write all this. Don't write anything. Relax. Okay? Comptroller and Auditor General. He is basically like a watchdog for the public funds. So whatever revenue government has got, they are spending that, right? They are spending that money, no? That spending is verified and it is checked by C&AG. C&AG is the authorized person who checks and verifies the spending of the government. And if there is a flaw or there is a mistake or there is some fraud which is going on, he is the person who will identify it. You getting my point, everybody? Come on guys, what are the 5 pillars of democracy? Legislature, executive government, judiciary, press, comptroller and auditor general. That is C&AG. Come on guys, legislature, what do? Frame the laws. Executive government, implement the laws. Very good. Judiciary, interpret the laws. Press, echoes the public opinion. Last one, C&AG, what do? They are like watchdog for public funds. Verify the public funds which are being spent or utilized. Watchdog is somebody who's checking and verifying. Correct, no? Everybody? So what are the 2 types of taxes we have got? Direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax means it is a tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Indirect tax, it's a tax where impact and incidence is on different person. Clear? What are the 5 pillars of democracy? Legislature, executive government, judiciary, press, comptroller and auditor general. Legislature frames the laws. Executive government implement the laws. Judiciary interprets the laws. Press echoes the public opinion. C&AG, he is a watchdog for public funds. Are we clear with this? Everybody? Right. Now an interesting point, let me tell you. We'll write all this, don't worry. That is, there is an article number 265 of Constitution, my dear friends. Heard of Constitution? What is Constitution? Don't tell by the people, for the people, of the people. That answer is over for democracy. What is Constitution? Set of laws, rules, regulations, and in fact any law which is framed in India is framed based on power derived from Constitution. Who has drafted the Constitution? Doctor, सिर्फ डॉक्टर ही बोले, आप आगे बोलो. Wonderful. B.R. Ambedkar. Correct, my dear friends? Speak out. Exactly. Now, as per Article 260 of the Constitution, there is an interesting language what they have given. That is, no tax shall be levied or collected except by the authority of law. I repeat again. What is the language I wrote, sir? No tax shall be levied or collected. Levied means impose. Levied means impose. Collect means taken. Actually taken. Levy means impose. Collect means actually taken. No tax shall be levied or collected except by the authority of law. That means unless law give powers. Unless law has given power. I repeat again. Unless law has given power, nobody can levy or collect tax. Getting my point, everyone? Friends, speak out. What is the article number? 265. Friends, in income tax, we are going to learn lot of sections. In fact, in Income Tax Act, totally there are about 298 sections. And at CA interlevel, there are close to 100 sections are there. And we are going to learn everything with section number only. Because it is important that you learn the concept with section number. Then clarity of thought will come. Easy to revise. Clear, everybody? And in last batch, we have crazily played with sections. And there were students who were telling 100 sections, 50 sections, just like that. In fact, if you see the boards that side, this side, it's all section numbers only what our students have written. And some have slightly faded out, some are still pending. We'll write during our discussion, don't worry. Aaj nahi, baad mein. Chalo beta, come back, come on. So what I was asking, what I was telling you is that article number is of what? Constitution. What is article number? What does it say? No tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. Levy means impose. Collect means actually collect. So what we are trying to say is that no tax can be imposed or can be collected except by authority of law. Clear, friends? Now what law power has given, that I'll talk. Listen, guys. Seventh schedule to article 246 has actually given 3 lists, my dear friends. That is union list. Second one, any guess? State list. Wonderful. Are brilliant, man. Union list, state list, concurrent list. Was this there for your foundation? No. BCom. Oh, wow. Sometimes BCom is also good. Okay, anyways, union list, state list, concurrent list. In fact, my dear friends, let me tell you, union list contains those matters. I repeat again, union list contains those matters on which power to levy tax is with central government. Power to levy tax is with central government. State list contains those matters on which power to levy tax is with state government. Concurrent list contains those taxes or those matters on which power to levy or impose is there with center and state together. Center and state together. Union list, only center. State list, only state. Concurrent list, both center and state. Where do you think income tax is there? Any guess? Union list. Who is collecting and imposing income tax is central government. You're getting what I'm saying? And classic example of state list is tax on alcohol liquor for human consumption. You're getting what I'm saying? For alcohol liquor for human consumption, state government imposes lot of taxes. And that's a big revenue what state government get. And in Goa, the tax is less. That's why in Goa, alcohol is cheap. Okay? After passing inter, you go. Foundation chota hai. Inter ke baad. ठीक है ना बेटा? चलो. Getting my point, everybody? So what is the example for union list? Income tax. State list? Tax on alcohol liquor for human consumption. In concurrent list, prior to 2017, there was no tax which was there in concurrent list. But in 2017, they brought GST, which is levied by center and state together. When you go to restaurant or cinemas, did you see that? CGST, आपका receipt पे भी है दोनों. Exactly. You're getting what I'm saying, everyone? So how many lists are there totally? 3. Union list, State list, concurrent list. Union list contains those matters on which power is there exclusively with. State list contains those matters on which power is there exclusively with. Concurrent list contains those matters on which power is there with center and state together. Getting my dear friends? And in union list, I repeat again, in union list, entry number 82 deals with income tax. This is the history of income tax, what I told you just now. From where power has come to the government to impose income tax. Entry number 82 of union list of the 7th schedule to article 246 of the constitution has given power to the government to impose income tax. Are we clear with this? इनकम टैक्स का पावर कहां से है पता चला बेटा? दोस्तों बोलो यार. It is very very important to understand from where the power has come to impose this income tax. You cannot tell government is collecting because they want to collect. I also want to collect. Can I collect income tax? No. Somebody should give me power, no? Sometime back I told, no tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. So somebody should give me power to collect income tax. In the same way, government of India has got power to collect income tax by virtue of this entry number. Getting clarity, everyone? Pakka clear with this point till now? Everybody, sir? Chalo, let's start writing some points, then we'll move forward. If you have got a fresh book, start on a fresh book. Or if you are carrying some papers with you, write on a paper. Choice is yours. Can we start? Yeah, first point. Tax is divided into. Tax is divided into. So please keep writing bullet points. Don't write paragraphs, essay writing, don't do that. Let's keep writing bullet points. Okay, no? Yeah, first point. Taxes, and don't use number 1, number 2, number 3, because if you use number 1, 2, 3, the points will go huge. You will again think 100 points we wrote, 200 points we wrote. That feeling please don't carry. You can please keep using bullets and write bullet points. Okay? Chalo. What did you write? Tax is divided into direct tax. Tax is divided into direct tax and indirect tax. Tax is divided into direct tax and indirect tax. Second point. Direct tax is the tax where direct tax is a tax where direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on. Direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Clear, no? Whereas, continue that point. Whereas, indirect tax is a tax where indirect tax is a tax where impact and incidence indirect tax is a tax where impact and incidence indirect tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on what? Different person. Clear? Next point right now. Next point. Impact means who is liable to pay. Impact means who is liable to pay. Impact means who is liable to pay. And incidence means, impact means who is liable to pay. And incidence means who actually pays. I think we are clear with this point, everybody? Yeah? That's it. Next. Listen first, then we'll write the next point. Listen. Sir, I have a question to you. Yeah? Do you think the tax paid by Mukesh Ambani and the tax paid by Shiva Teja, income tax, both same? Why? Acha, his income is more, no sir. Definitely, there's no second thought about it, doubt about it. So his income is more, he is paying more tax. My income is less, I'm paying less tax compared to him. Correct? Right. I have a question to you. Yeah? Listen. So imagine I go to a footwear shop. I want to buy some shoes. And the shopkeeper told, Shiva sir, GST rate is 18%. 18. Okay? Mukesh Ambani has gone to the shop to buy the same shoes. Will they tell, you are Mukesh Ambani, for you it is not 18%, for you it is 81%? Will they tell like that? Why? Because indirect tax. Technically we say that direct taxes are progressive in nature. Indirect taxes are regressive in nature. Progressive means higher the income, higher the tax. Lower the income, lower the tax. And in India, tax, tomorrow I'll teach you the tax rates also. There we are going to learn there is a special concept called surcharge. Extra tax imposed on high income people. You're getting my point, everybody? Government is collecting extra tax on high income people, saying that you are making more money in India, you should contribute more to the nation. Clear? If you find out income of somebody, don't ask any question. Just ask, are you paying surcharge or not? If they tell yes, that means pata chal gaya humko kitna hai. You getting my point, everyone? Guys, clear? Tomorrow we'll talk about the tax rate. No hurry, we'll talk. Anyways, so what I told you just now is that direct taxes are progressive in nature, indirect taxes are regressive in nature. So higher the income, lower the income, lower the tax. But whereas in indirect taxes like GST, the tax remains the same irrespective of income. So for Mukesh Ambani, for Shiva Teja, for a beggar, or for anyone, the GST rate on shoes is 18% only. Clear, everyone? Write that point. Come on. Direct taxes are progressive in nature. Direct taxes are progressive in nature. Direct taxes are, what sir? Progressive in nature. That is, how do you write that is? I dot E. That is, higher the income, higher the income, higher the tax. Higher the income, higher the tax. Higher the income, higher the tax. And why all that? And vice versa. What is vice versa spelling? VICE-VRSA. What does vice versa mean? In this context, lower the income, lower the tax. Exactly opposite. That's it. Chalo, next point. Next point. Indirect taxes are regressive in nature. Indirect taxes are regressive in nature. Indirect taxes are regressive in nature. That is, tax remains the same. That is, tax remains the same irrespective of, tax remains the same irrespective of income capacity. Tax remains the same irrespective of income capacity. That's it. Are we clear with this point, everyone? Friends, so direct tax is what in nature? Progressive in nature. Indirect tax is what in nature? Regressive in nature. Got this meaning, my dear friends? Everyone? Next point. As per Article 265 of the Constitution, as per Article 260 of the Constitution, put a hyphen, hyphen, hyphen. No tax shall be levied. We discussed, right? No tax shall be levied. No tax shall be levied or collected. No tax shall be levied or collected except by. No tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. No tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. That's it. Make sense with this point, everyone? Guys, next point. Seventh schedule or schedule, your wish. Seventh schedule to article 246 contains 7th schedule to article 246 contains 3 lists. Contains 3 lists which enumerate ENUMERATE, which enumerate the matters on which decisions can be taken. Matters on which decision can be taken by the center and state. Clear? Next point. The three lists are union list. You can write a diagram or point wise, your wish. Union list, state list, union list, state list. What is the last one, guys? Concurrent list. Union list, state list, concurrent list. Next, union list contains those matters on which exclusive power to make the laws is with central government. Is with whom, sir? Central government. The correct, right? Example. Write the example. Example, guys. Income tax. Comma. Customs duty. Customs spelling? CUSTOMS. Correct, no? CUSTOMS. Customs duty. That's it. Next. State list. Next point. State list contains those matters. On which exclusive power to make the laws is with whom, sir? State government. What is the example for that? tax on alcoholic liquor, tax on alcoholic liquor, tax on alcoholic liquor for human consumption, alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Clear? Last point, come on. Concurrent list contains those matters on which power is there with, both, power is there with both center and state. So are we clear with this part, everybody? All of us? Guys? Pakka clear with this? Bolo beta. Good. What are the 5 pillars of democracy? Legislature, executive government, judiciary, press, comptroller and auditor general. Clear, everybody? Legislature, what do? Frame the laws. Executive government, implement the laws. Judiciary, interpret the laws. Press, echoes the public opinion. C&AG, watchdog for public funds. Make sense? That part also will write. Next. There are 5 pillars of democracy. What is number 1? Legislature. Come on, what does legislature do? Frames the laws. Number 2, executive government, which implements the laws. Number 3, judiciary, interprets the laws. Number 4, press, which echoes the public opinion. Number 5, comptroller and auditor general, who is like a watchdog for public funds. Done? चलो फ्रेंड्स, कम ऑन, बोलो बेटा एक बार रिकॉल करते पूरा एक बार. What kind of nature is direct tax? What kind of nature is direct tax? Progressive in nature. What kind of nature is indirect tax? Very good. What is the meaning of direct tax? Impact and incidence is on same person. What is the meaning of indirect tax? Yeah. Which article number says no tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law? Article 265. What does Article 246 talks about? 5 pillars. Oh my God. 3 list. What are 3 list? Union list, state list, concurrent list. Union list contains those matters on which power is there exclusively with. State list exclusive with. Concurrent list, both central and state. That's it. समझ में आ गया बेटा? This is the background for income tax, from where the power has been derived. Next point what we are going to write now is very important. That is, entry number 82 of the union list has given the power to the government to impose income tax. You're getting my point? let's start. Next point. Entry number 82. Entry number 82 of the union list. Entry number 82 of the union list has given the power. Entry number 82 of the union list has given the power to the central government entry number 82 of the union list has given the power to central government to make the laws with respect to make the laws with respect to income tax. To make the laws with respect to income tax. Clear, my dear friends, now? Everybody? Sir, in income tax you will have section numbers, but in constitution you will have article numbers. In article 246 there are 3 lists in the 7th schedule. In that 3 list, first list is union list. In that union list, entry number 82 is dealing with income tax. So if somebody asks you where from government has got power to levy income tax, do we have answer now? From where they got power? Entry number 82 of the union list of the 7th schedule to article 246 of the constitution. क्या बात है, फिर से बोलो बेटा, come on. Entry number 82 of the union list of the 7th schedule to the article 246 of the constitution. Last एक बार. Entry number 82 of the union list of the 7th schedule to the article 246 has given of the constitution has given power to the central government to levy income tax. Clear with this point, everybody? All of us? Good. इसको क्या हो गया? Just 1 second. हेलो, अरे मयूर ये रुक गया यार. ठीक है, get back guys, come on. Direct tax is what in nature? Indirect tax is what in nature? And direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Indirect tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on different person. What is article 265? No tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. In article 246, which schedule deals with 3 list? 7th schedule. Which entry number talks about income tax? 82 of which list? Union list is in which schedule? Which article number? Of what? Constitution. Has given power to levy income tax. Getting clarity on this point, everybody? Brilliant. Thank you. सबका अपना अपना एक्सपर्टीज होता है, वो यही है. ठीक है, get back guys. Thank you. So now, as we were discussing that 5 pillars of democracy also, and we spoke about union list, state list, concurrent list, now we got a clarity from where power has come to the government in terms of collecting income tax. Did we get a clarity on this point, everybody? All of us guys? Now, in order to understand the income tax law, my dear friends, don't write anything now, listen. In order to understand the income tax law, my dear friends, there are 5 sources of income tax law. I repeat again, there are 5 sources of income tax law. From now onwards, whatever we are talking now is extremely important. You might ask, अभी तक जो पढ़ा है उसका क्या है सर? अभी तक जो पढ़ा है उसमें एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आएगा नहीं बोल सकते, बट अभी से जो पढ़ेंगे 100% एग्जाम में आने का पॉसिबिलिटी है. Because what we have learned till now is the background of from where income tax has come. A question may come or may not come. But from now on, everything is important. Clear? Come on. There are 5 sources of income tax law. Number 1, Income Tax Act. Any idea which year? Very good. ये book पढ़ के आए already. Income Tax Act 1961. I have a question to you. What is Act? Year I wrote 1961. So my question to you: do you think before 1961 was there income tax in India or not? Income tax 1961 लिखे ना बेटा. Amendment अभी budget हो गया सर. ठीक है. Anyways, let me tell you honestly one point. Before Income Tax Act 1961, there was Income Tax Act 1922. 1922? Oh, before independence. Yes. Sir, tax is not something what India has invented or discovered. What a tax is actually Britishers imposed taxes on Indians, saying that whatever activity you do, whatever money you get, you pay tax to Britishers. Then we'll allow you to do the activity. If not, you are gone. Sir, ये movie देखे क्या लगान? Why do they play the cricket match? Tell me. Picture छोड़ो, मेरे को ये answer दो. Why do they play the cricket match? Exactly. They will play cricket match on a condition that if you win the match, you will not collect from us taxes. So once upon a time in India, I mean prior to independence, there was a tax of almost 80 to 90%. Britishers collected 90% tax. मतलब मेहनत करके 100 रुपए कमाए. Those guys told 100 rupees, that is anas. 100 anas you earned, 90 anas you pay to government. 10 anas for you. Enjoy. Festival. Celebrate. So we were all living in that kind of environment, boss. Our ancestors were there like that. But today, if somebody is taking 1 rupee also, will tell, hello. अपना है, कैसा लेगा? बराबर ना दोस्तों? So Income Tax Act which year? In this Income Tax Act, my dear friends, there are 298 sections and 14 schedules which are there in the Income Tax Act. But in your syllabus, not all sections are there. You have got about 70 to 80 sections in your syllabus, maximum 100 sections. And the balance you learn in your CA final. Not everything, almost about 200 sections you will learn, all put together. Balance 70, 80 sections are not there in CA course at all, which you will learn practically after passing CA. Getting my point, everybody? Yes? How many sources are there for income tax law? 5 sources. First one, Income Tax Act 1961. Second one, Income Tax Rules 1962. Income Tax Act 1961. Income Tax Rules 1962. Rules and regulations are something like any kind of procedure to be followed, forms to be filed. There is a set of rules and regulations for that. And that rules are given in 1962, which they keep changing year on year whenever they want to change it. And for purpose of changing like that, under Ministry of Finance, there is a separate board which takes care of this. For direct taxes, we have a board which is named as CBDT, which stands for Central Board of Direct Taxes. They have been given power to make rules, circulars, notifications, clarification, all that they'll give. Because somebody should give, no? For example, we read one section, there is no proper clarity. There is some vacuum. Somebody should clarify that or not? Who will clarify? CBDT will clarify. Clear? Everyone? So what is the first source of income tax law? Income Tax Act 1961. Next, Income Tax Rules 1962. Third one, very interesting, which I am sure you would have heard already. That is Annual Finance Act, which comes every year once. How does it come every year? On 1st of February every year, what is presented, sir? Huh? Budget. What is budget? Yeah, budget is a plan of expenditure, plan of income, and the change and revision in taxation, amendments in the tax are proposed by way of budget. Who presents this budget? Wonderful. Who is the present finance minister? Madam Ji, Nirmala Sitharaman Ji, she is the present finance minister. Where do they present this budget? Parliament. Excellent. Some are thinking, कहाँ पे TV में तो देखे. ठीक है. Who presents this budget is basically the finance minister. They'll present in the parliament. And this budget is then approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Which one is upper house? Wonderful. Thank you so much. Upper house is Rajya Sabha. Lower house is, there are members in Lok Sabha, no? There are members also in Rajya Sabha, right? Difference क्या है दोनों में? ये एग्जाम में नहीं आएगा, 100% नहीं आएगा. I'm just asking out of curiosity. Members of Lok Sabha are elected. Members of Rajya Sabha are nominated. Government will nominate. Sachin Tendulkar was also an MP. But when did he contest for elections? No. He is nominated to Rajya Sabha. Even Vijay Mallya. You know Vijay Mallya? Where is he? I don't know. That we don't know. But do you know Vijay Mallya? Once upon a time, he was also an MP of Rajya Sabha. Sach mein dost. Come on. So budget is approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Once it is approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, budget will become finance bill. Finance bill, which is not yet done. In our case, it is not yet done, because what happens is budget is presented by Madam Ji, that will now pass through Lok Sabha, pass through Rajya Sabha. Once both approvals are done, then only it becomes a finance bill. What I want to tell you indirectly is that whatever is there in budget need not be there in finance bill, because there could be some point where Lok Sabha members might tell, we don't want that point. Khatam, no? Khatam. Achha. So budget will become what, my dear friends? Finance bill. When it's approved by both houses of parliament, that is Lok Sabha and, exactly, correct, my dear friends. So budget has become finance bill. And this finance bill is signed by, finance bill is signed by President of India. Who is President of India right now? APJ Abdul Kalam. नहीं ना? Some are telling, sir मोदी जी, अरे मेरे भाई वो प्रेसिडेंट नहीं है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर है. बोलो, who is the president? Sorry? Draupadi Murmu. Exactly. So she is the president right now. So finance bill is signed by president. Once it is signed by president, finance bill will become finance act. And what is the source of income tax law is finance act, not the finance bill. You're getting my point, everybody? All of us, guys? So what is the first source of income tax law? Income Tax Act 1961. Second source, Income Tax Rules 1962. Third one, Annual Finance Act. How does Finance Act come into picture? First, budget is presented in the parliament and that is approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Once budget is approved, it becomes a finance bill. That bill is signed by president. Then it becomes a finance act. Are you understanding how finance act will come? Everybody, sir? All of us? Excellent. What are the 5 sources? First one, Income Tax Act 1961. Income Tax Rules 1962. Annual Finance Act. Fourth one, circulars and notifications. And this circulars and notifications are given by CBDT only. The difference between circular and notification is that circulars are clarificatory in nature. If there is a doubt in the law, for the purpose of clarification of that, they give a circular. Notification is only to notify something. For example, if they tell in the law, at the rate as may be notified, then they'll notify the rate. Are they clarifying something in notification? No. They are just notifying something which is already there. समझ में आया बेटा? वापस बोल रहा हूँ. Circulars are clarificatory in nature. To clarify something which is there in the law on which there is a doubt, they give a circular. But notification is something which is already there, but they want to notify the rate for that. Then they give a notification. Clear? Who will give circulars notifications? And let me tell you one point. These circulars which they give are binding on the income tax officers. But it is not binding on us. That means it's not binding on assessee. In income tax, we use the word assessee. What is that word, sir? Assessee. Spelling is ASS, ESS, double E. Don't use shortcuts. ASS, ESS, double E. Assessee. So getting clarity, everybody? All of us guys, come on. Yes. So what is the source of income tax law? First one. Income Tax Act 1961. Next. Income Tax Rules 1962. Third one. Annual Finance Act. Fourth one. Circulars and notifications. Correct, no? Last one, my dear friends. Judicial. I repeat again. Judicial pronouncements. Judicial what, my dear friends? Pronouncements. That is nothing but rulings given by High Court or Supreme Court. It's a simple logic, my dear friends. Imagine you are sitting in a school. Okay, two friends are fighting. Where do they go? Two friends are fighting. Where do they go? Direct principal. Oh, class teacher. Wonderful. You are fighting with class teacher only. Then you'll go to supervisor or principal. There are principal also you are fighting. Parents. Wow. In front of parents also you are fighting. Police, sorry. Anyways, same language, my dear friends. Let me tell you, what happens in income tax is that, for example, income tax, sir, not every provision in income tax, every section is straightforward. Some sections, some provisions are subject to interpretation. That means you read the section in different way, I read the section in different way. Possible or not? You are, let's say, assessee, I am, let's say, income tax officer. You are seeing the point differently, I am seeing the point differently. I told you that no, you have to pay tax. You are telling no. If you interpret like this, this is the answer. And I told no, you have to pay. You will go for appeal. You will go for appeal. Generally, only for knowledge now, you will go to somebody called commissioner. Not happy with commissioner, you will again go to income tax tribunal. Income tax? They're also not happy, you will go to High Court. They're also not happy, Supreme Court. They're also not happy, go home and feel happy. Because Supreme Court in India is called Apex Court. It is a supreme power. It's the highest court of justice in India. There is foreign international court of justice, but in India, highest body is Supreme Court. Better clear? Hai? Chalo done. Come on. What are the 5 sources of income tax law? Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Rules 1962, Annual Finance Act, Circulars and Notification, Judicial Pronouncements. Are we clear with that? Everybody, sir? Income Tax Act which year? Income Tax Rules which year? 1962. Annual Finance Act which year? Every year. Smart answer. Very good. Every year. It comes in the form of budget approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Then it becomes finance bill. Then it is signed by, then it becomes finance. Sir, this is one important activity what president does. In India, country like India, there is more importance given to prime minister. President does very few activity. Of that few activity, one core important activity is this only. If you look at a country like US, there is no prime minister concept. They believe in presidential rule. But here we want prime minister, president, everybody we want. Because the more people we see, the more excited we feel. Correct, no? तो इंडिया है बॉस, ऐसे होता है. किसका बर्थडे चल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, कुछ पता नहीं चलता है. Recently, in October 2nd, Gandhi Jayanti program was there. Except Gandhiji photo, all other photos are there in that program. That's how India is. Are we clear? Come on guys, which article number talks about the 3 list? 240? What are 3 list? Union list matters who has power. State list matters. Concurrent list. Both central and state. Correct, my dear friends? How many sources are there for income tax law? What are the 5 sources? Income Tax Act 1961. Income Tax Rules 1962, Annual Finance Act, Circulars and Notification, Judicial Pronouncements. Are we getting clarity? Everybody, sir? Now one very important point I'll tell. Listen very carefully, then we'll write some points. Are we ready? Chalo beta, सुन लो ध्यान से. Sir, there is some beautiful concept in income tax. What is that? Listen first. Jan to December, April to March. दोनों में कुछ फर्क है क्या? What is the difference? Jan to December is calendar year. April to March? Exactly. In fact, once upon a time, before 1989, people used to maintain books of accounts, your P&L, balance sheet, journal, ledger, everything, in whatever way they want. Some of them maintained from Diwali to Diwali, Valentine's Day to Valentine's Day. Whichever way they want to maintain books of accounts, they maintain books of account. But in 1989, government clearly told that everybody should follow uniform financial year. Uniform? Exactly. Which they told it as April to March. 1st April to 31st March. Is that clear? Everybody? Now, one very important point I'll tell. Listen very clearly, extremely important. Listen. Sir, in income tax, there is a concept of previous year, assessment year. Now, what is the meaning of this word called previous year and assessment year? Listen carefully. Okay? Listen very clearly. I'll explain you in detail. Listen properly. What is the date today? Some are still checking and telling, boss. 13th Feb 2023. Now please tell me, this date is in which financial year? This is in financial year 22-23. Exactly. When I said 22-23, that means 1st April 22 to 31st March 23. That is the meaning of that language, no? Whenever we say financial year, it is 1st April to 31st March. There is no second thought about it. Correct? So this is in financial year 22-23. Now what law told is that whatever income is earned, I repeat again, whatever income is earned in 22-23, 22 shall be chargeable to tax in financial year 23-24. Now listen very clearly, which I'll tell you most important point, extremely important point. Listen very clearly, boss. There is one beautiful section called Section 4 of Income Tax Act, which is basically the chargeability section. Come on, what section, guys? Chargeability section means it says how income is chargeable to tax. How income is chargeable to tax, which clearly says, listen beta, suno, dhyan se suno, both important point hai. Chargeability section says, income earned in previous year. Income earned in PY means previous year. We will all use PYAY, PYAY. Exam also you can write PYAY. I know, next dot that only will come. Yeah, income earned in previous year is chargeable to tax. Income earned in previous year is chargeable to tax in assessment year. Repeat that line once again, come on. Income earned in previous year is chargeable to tax in assessment year. That means, in simple line, whatever income you earn in financial year 22-23, whatever income you earn in financial year 22-23, you are chargeable to tax in 23-24. In fact, in 23-24, you will file your income tax return related to 22-23. मतलब ये साल में मैं जो भी पैसे कमाऊंगा सर, वो सबका income tax return I will file in next year July, which is in 23-24. समझ बेटा आप लोग? समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? Now I will ask you next question again. Think properly and tell. Whatever income I earn in 21-22, I repeat, whatever income I earn in 21, I am chargeable to tax when? Excellent. Now I'll tell one line, correct or not, you only tell. Every financial year will act as both PY as well as AY. It is PY for next AY, it is AY for previous PY. Do you getting my point? Everybody, sir? All of us, my dear friends. So income earned in previous year is chargeable to tax in assessment year. Now technical language I'll tell now. Previous year is the year in which income is earned. Year in which income is earned. जिस साल पैसे कमाए हम लोग उसको previous year बोलेंगे हम. Clear बेटा? Assessment year is the year in which previous year income is chargeable to tax. Assessment year is the year in which previous year income is what beta? Chargeable to tax. समझ गए ये पॉइंट? दोस्तों बोलो बेटा, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये. चलो नेक्स्ट बोलो. If PY is 1920, what is AY? No doubt about it. If PY is 1819, exactly. So 1920 is acting as PY also, AY also. Friends, correct? What is the meaning of previous year? Year in which income is earned. Now let me tell you, my dear friends, this word previous year is defined by section 234 and section 3. Generally what happens is that for every concept there is only one section number. But this is one such crazy concept where there are two section numbers. I'll tell you why. Section 234 says previous year means previous year as defined in section 3. 234 says previous year means previous year as defined in जाके वो देखो. And section 3 says previous year as defined in 234. भाई उधर क्या है भाई? Section 3 says previous year is the year in which income is earned. Assessment year is defined by section 2.9, which says assessment year is the year in which previous year income is chargeable to tax. So are we clear till this point, everybody? All of us, my dear friends? Chalo, we'll write and then we'll get back again. Come on. We wrote till which point? Last point what we wrote? Entry number 82 is over, no? Next. In order to understand the income tax law, there are 5 sources. There are 5 sources. Number 1, Income Tax Act. Which year? 1961. Income Tax Act 1961. Second, Income Tax Rules. Which year beta? 1962. Third point, Annual Finance Act. Annual Finance Act. Next, fourth, Circulars and Notification. Circulars and Notifications. Next, Judicial Pronouncements. For simple language you can write judicial pronouncements, that is rulings of High Court and Supreme Court. That is rulings of High Court and Supreme Court. Rulings of High Court and Supreme Court. Yeah, next point. Next separate point. Rules are framed for the purpose of proper implementation of the act. Rules are framed for the purpose of proper implementation of the act. Rules are framed for the purpose of proper implementation of the act. Clear, friends? Next point. Circulars and notifications. Rules are framed for the purpose of proper implementation of the act. That point is over, no? Yeah. Next point, what you wrote? Circulars and notifications are issued by Central Board of Direct Taxes. Circulars and notifications are issued by Central Board of Direct Taxes. Clear, friends? Next point. Circulars are clarificatory in nature. Circulars are clarificatory in nature. Circulars are clarificatory in nature and are binding. Circulars are clarificatory in nature and are binding on the assessing officer. If you want, I'll write the spelling of assessing officer. That is ASS ESSING. Assessing officer. The name only says assessing officer, who is assessing your income. You getting my point? So ultimately, whatever data we submit to income tax, for example, if you earn 50 lakhs, you are telling income tax only 20 lakhs I earned. Will they keep quiet? Somebody is checking, no? Sir, income tax area wise officers are divided who will check our data and give a notice telling boss क्या है ये आप 50 लाख का मैं 20 लाख बोल के दिखा रहा हूं, पागल थोड़ी दिख रहे बॉस, दिखाओ पूरे सब कुछ. If not, we have our own ways to find the data. Correct, no friends? And lot of movies you would have seen where they would have shown this concept of income tax raid. Why do they suddenly come for income tax raid? Because government got information that this fellow has got huge properties, huge money, huge gold, something is there inside, but is not disclosing. इसमें कुछ नहीं यार, example. Anyways, so getting my point, everyone? Sir, reply, come on. बेटा बोलो. ठीक है, अभी तक जो डिस्कस करे पूरा समझ में आया? And one point let me tell you, कभी कुछ डाउट लगता है तो बिंदास पूछ लेना. Don't hesitate. Whenever you get a doubt, feel free to ask. Don't hesitate at all. The more you ask, the more you feel comfortable. Okay? So what are the 5 sources of income tax law? Income Tax Act 1961. Next, Income Tax Rules 1962. Annual Finance Act. Circulars and Notification. Judicial Pronouncements. Good. Next point. Budget presented by the Union Finance Minister. Budget presented by the Union Finance Minister. Budget presented by the Union Finance Minister. Union Finance Minister will become. Budget presented by the Union Finance Minister will become Finance Bill. Finance Bill upon approval of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Upon approval of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Full stop. Such finance bill is then approved. Such finance bill is then approved and signed by. Signed by whom, sir? president, and such finance bill is then approved and signed by president and becomes finance act. And becomes finance act. So I have a question to you. Think properly and tell. Is there a possibility that whatever is there in finance, whatever is there in budget may not be there in finance bill? Whatever is there in finance bill may not be there in finance act? That is also possible. But generally it doesn't happen. President, he will not take decisions alone. Generally what is there in budget, if it is something is missing, it will miss only in finance bill. But 99% finance bill will become finance act. President doesn't change much. Clear, beta? Everybody? All of us? Right. Next point. Listen carefully, sir. Sir, in Maharashtra, is there a high court? Some of them are thinking. Yes. Is Karnataka, is there a high court? Yes. In Telangana, is there a high court? Yes, it is there. Confirm. Pakka. I'm telling you. Okay. So every state has got a high court. In Maharashtra, is there a Supreme Court? In Telangana, is there a Supreme Court? Supreme Court is only for the country. Correct? No? The reason I told this point to you is that any ruling given by the High Court is applicable only in that state. But ruling given by Supreme Court is applicable to entire India. Why I'm telling this point? Because, for example, there is one particular matter or one particular issue which is going on in Maharashtra. Taxation doubt, tax interpretation is going on. Maharashtra High Court has given one ruling. It is not mandatory that Telangana High Court should follow that Maharashtra High Court ruling. Correct? No? Because Maharashtra High Court ruling is applicable only in... Exactly. Clear? Write that point. Rulings given by... Next point. Rulings given by Supreme Court is applicable to rulings given by Supreme Court is applicable to whole of India. Rulings given by Supreme Court is applicable to whole of India. Whereas rulings given by High Court, rulings given by High Court is applicable. Rulings given by High Court is applicable only in that. Is applicable only in that respective state. What is the respective state? That's it. I hope you are clear with this point, everybody. Till now, whatever we discussed makes sense for everyone. Beta bolo. Sabko samajh mein aaya idhar tak. And I'll ask you one more question. Think properly and tell. You're writing exam in which attempt? November 23. Correct? Recently, few days back, was there a budget given by Finance Minister? Do you think that budget is applicable for you? Answer is no. The reason being, which सर आपको दोस्तों को पूछने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. सिंपल सी बात, आप इतना लॉजिक दिमाग पे रखे चलो. जिस साल आप एग्जाम लिख रहे उस साल का बजट आप लोग एप्लीकेबल नहीं होगा. If writing exam in 23 budget will not apply to you. Clear, no? So for May 23 exam and November 23 exam, the budget applicable is Finance Act 22. Clear, no? So अपने को नेक्स्ट ईयर नहीं जाना है, ये साल में ही खत्म करने हैं. नेक्स्ट ईयर जाएंगे तो ये साल का भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा. क्लियर ना बेटा? एवरीवन, चलो डन. वी कैन टेक ए शॉर्ट ब्रेक एंड पोस्ट दैट ब्रेक वी कैन रिज्यूम बैक. ठीक है? नहीं चाहिए क्या ब्रेक? इतना ठीक है? ओके फाइन. ब्रेक चाहिए नहीं चाहिए बोलो आप. नहीं चाहिए तो विल कंटिन्यू. आई एम रेडी. ठीक है, ले लो एक 10 मिनट ब्रेक ले लो, फिर बात करते हैं. 10 minutes break. After break we'll get back. Thank you. And after break we'll talk more about previous year assessment year, what happens in that, all that we'll talk after break. क्या दोस्तों, कैसा लग रहा है सी इंट्रो में? अच्छा लग रहा है? और ज़्यादा अच्छा लगेगा, शाम तक मालूम पड़ेगा। करेक्ट ना? बिकॉज 2-3 दिन पहले मैं जब ऑफिस में था, रोज स्टूडेंट्स पूछते थे मुझसे, सर रोज क्लासेस के बाद 4-5 घंटा पढ़ाई करे तो हो जाएगा ना? मैं बोला बेटा 4-5 घंटे नहीं, रोज 1-2 घंटा कर, बहुत हो गया। वो स्टूडेंट ऐसा देखा, क्या सर आप ऐसा थोड़ी बोलेंगे हमको, शाम तक बैठो फिर मालूम पड़ते हैं। ठीक है, चलो टेक ए शॉर्ट ब्रेक।
Friends, good morning friends. So how are you? Good? Enjoying? ये आज मतलब ये जो चेहरे ऐसे दिख रहे हैं या लास्ट तक ऐसे रहने वाले, लास्ट डे ऑफ द बैच तक? आपको लगता है कि आप सच बोल रहे हो? अरे श्योर? ये मतलब ऐसे ब्रेक हुआ है, दो टीचर बाहर खड़े हैं बात कर रहे हो और तुम में से कोई हिल नहीं रहा है, बराबर है? कोई हिल नहीं रहा है, बातें नहीं कर रहा है, ऐसे लास्ट डे तक रहेगा? हाँ, बहुत अनरियलिस्टिक, खुद को बहुत अंडर एस्टिमेट किया आपने, ठीक है? ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए। कुछ दिनों के बाद एक रहेगा बच्चा उधर, एक ऐसे सामने बैठेगा उधर मुँह करके, बराबर है ना? तीन लड़कियाँ ऐसे रहेगी उधर से, बराबर है? कुछ दिनों में ये माहौल रहेगा। और भी कुछ ज्वाइन स्टूडेंट्स करना बाकी है ना तुम्हारे दोस्त में से, जो उनका बीकॉम का एग्ज़ाम है ये वगैरह, ठीक है? तो चलो फिर आज शाम को मिलते हैं 4:30 को, ठीक है? बाकी तो आप बाकी लेक्चर तो करोगे, मेरे लेक्चर के लिए 4:30 को सेम हॉल में मिलते हैं, ठीक है? चलो, ऑल द बेस्ट एंड ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर योर सीए इंटर जर्नी, ठीक है? एंड आई होप कि आप फाउंडेशन से बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म करोगे अभी इंटर में, और फाउंडेशन में तो किया ही, बट इंटर में और अच्छा परफॉर्म करोगे, ठीक है? एंड तुम्हारा जो भी कुछ सब कुछ है वो, जो भी तुम्हारे एक्शंस है वो पढ़ाई के टूवर्ड्स डायरेक्ट करोगे, यही एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, ठीक है? यस, चलो।
Check. Hello. Yeah. Good. I'm sure all of you guys are highly motivated today, being the first day of the class. क्या दोस्तों, मजा आ रहा है ना सीए इंटर में बैठ के? तो पर आई नो अलग ही फीलिंग है यार, सीए फाउंडेशन में बैठना अलग ही फीलिंग है, इंटर में फाइटिंग अलग फीलिंग है। फाउंडेशन में जब बैठे पता नहीं सीए बनेंगे नहीं बनेंगे, बट एक बार एग्जाम लिख के जब इंटर में आ गए ये तो पक्का फीलिंग आएगा कि भाई अब तो कुछ करेंगे 100%. आई एम श्योर दैट फीलिंग यू गाइस आर कैरिंग. सो नाइस. बट my only suggestion to you guys specifically is that feel happy and take everything positively, whatever pressure is coming, whatever subject is coming, everything keep continue that momentum. That will actually make you feel very very happy and very proud that you have chosen this great course called CA. और बेटा अपना कोर्स इतना अच्छा कोर्स है कि यार I know there are other courses in India like BTech, doctor, what not, but our course is something, there are very few courses in India which gives a prefix to our name. If Shiva Teja would have done BTech, I will never write as BTech Shiva Teja. I have to write Shiva Teja BTech only. But since I'm chartered accountant, I'll write it as CA Shiva Teja. नाम के पहले लिखते हैं ना सर हम लोग? कितने कोर्सेज सर ऐसा नाम के पहले लिखने वाले? बहुत कम है यार. In life, we never had a choice to decide our name. आपके पास चॉइस था कि आपका नाम आपने खुद रखा है? नहीं. And in life, we never had a choice to decide our surname. If we all have a choice, we all want to go and sit in Ambani family only. अदानी नहीं, अम्बानी. वो कहानी जल्दी खत्म होने वाला है, ठीक है? अम्बानी फैमिली, बराबर है ना यार? we never had a choice in our life to choose our name, to choose our surname, but two letters we can add before our name, CA, boss, something precious. बराबर है ना? अरे बोलो यार, शांत बैठो मत यार, आराम से यार, जवाब तो दो यार. गुड. कैन वी प्रोसीड? रेडी? चलो बेटा, कम ऑन, गेट बैक. कुछ और लिखने से पहले एक दो क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा, फटाफट आंसर दो. Which article number says no tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law? Which article number talks about seventh schedule? In that seventh schedule, in that how many lists are there? What are three lists? Union list contains those matters on which power is with. State list matters. Concurrent list, both central and state. Correct, beta? Come on, example for state list. इनकम टैक्स. वाह, मेरा क्वेश्चन क्या था बेटा? स्टेट लिस्ट. सम स्टूडेंट इज टेलिंग सर हमारा आंसर सही है, आपका क्वेश्चन गलत है. क्या है यार? कम ऑन, स्टेट लिस्ट का एग्जांपल, टैक्स ऑन अल्कोहल लिखा फॉर ह्यूमन कंजम्पशन, बराबर है ना? गुड. नेक्स्ट, डायरेक्ट टैक्स इज व्हाट इन नेचर? मतलब indirect tax, regressive in nature. How many sources are there for income tax law? What are the 5 sources? Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Rules 1962, Annual Finance Act. judicial pronouncements. Who gives circulars and notifications? Central Board of Direct Taxes. Exactly. Getting clarity on the spot, everybody? Friends, please speak out. Central Board of Direct Taxes is somebody who gives circulars and notifications. Clear, my dear friends? Jan to December means what? Calendar year. April to March will signify financial year. Barabar hai beta? Speak out. And under income tax law, every financial year will act as both PY as well as AY. एक ही सेकंड. First, let me tell you an interesting point now. Sir, under income tax, we have got multiple portals which talks about income tax data, my dear friends. The first one is incometax.gov.in. In fact, this is a website, how it looks. This is the place where we file our income tax returns. सुने क्या ITR बोले प्रैक्टिकली पापा से मम्मा से दोस्त से अरे सीए लोग बड़े लोग हैं यार वो तो ITR फाइल करते. हाँ बराबर है, हम बड़े लोग ही है, कम थोड़ी है यार. वी विल मेंटेन दैट यार, वी आर बड़े लोग, बट वैसा बड़ा काम भी करना चाहिए. Correct? No, not just attitude. Maintain attitude provided you do the work. Clear? No? This is a website where we actually do all our activities related to income tax, especially related to filing of income tax returns. Filing of income tax returns. Correct, my dear friends? Now I'll ask you one question. Think properly and tell me. Okay? So let us say there is somebody who has got salary income of monthly 10,000. Monthly? पूरा साल का कितना इनकम है? कैलकुलेटर चाहिए उसके लिए. 1 लाख. शुड ही पे टैक्स? ओ क्यों? 0 टैक्स है. अच्छा कब तक? 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 9 lakhs. Some are telling मैं टैक्स भरना ही नहीं. So let me tell you one point, that is number 1. Under income tax, we have got something called basic exemption limit. जितना इनकम था आपको टैक्स भरने की जरूरत नहीं है. समझ गया ना बेटा? Everybody? And somebody who told 7 lakhs answer, let me tell you that 7 lakhs answer is given by budget 2023. आपको 10 मिनट पहले मैंने क्या बताया आपको? Students who are writing exam in 23, for you, Finance Act 23 is not applicable. What is applicable? Finance Act 22. क्लियर है बेटा? तो मैडम अभी जो बताए वो भूल जाओ. मैडम जो पहले बताए, जो सर आपको अभी बताएंगे, वो याद रख लो. सर क्लियर है ना बेटा? Everybody, my dear friends, this is the website of income tax where you have an activity of filing of income tax returns. And before that, one more point. Sir, all of you guys, do you have WRO? WRO, CRO, SRO? Why that numbers are given to you? Hey, South region, West region, वो तो ठीक है यार. Why some number is given to you? Identification is very easy. In the same way, Shiva Teja also has got a membership number. If I call institute and tell, hello, this is Shiva Teja here, they'll tell, sir. Then I have to tell membership number 226729. Then they'll tell, yes sir, please tell us. Correct, no? Our identification is based on a number. Even when a person is put in a jail, further number is given, no? In the same way, even in income tax, every person is identified by virtue of a number. What is that number? PAN. Suniye na? Every person who is registered in income tax, first of all, in order to file the return, pay the tax, do anything in income tax, he should get some number called PAN. क्या number है बेटा? PAN. PAN नहीं है. Clear, no? PAN. What is PAN full form? Permanent account. Wonderful. Both लोग बस answer है यार. How many of you here are having PAN cards? Oh my God, so many of them. तो फिर आप लोग आंसर ही नहीं दिए फिर. Good, thank you. अरे प्लीज पार्टिसिपेट यार, आई एम आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस, प्लीज टेल आंसर. परमानेंट अकाउंट नंबर. इतने 90% लोग हाथ उठाए, सर हमारे पास पैन है. अब मुझे जवाब दो, हाउ मेनी डिजिट्स एंड नंबर्स इज पैन? 15. बेटा आपको स्पेशल कार्ड कुछ मिला है क्या जिसमें 15 नंबर है? हाउ मेनी डिजिट्स? Exactly, very good answer. PAN is a 10-digit alphanumeric code. Alphanumeric, where first 4 are letters. First, in fact, 5 are letters. Next 4 are numbers. Last one is again a letter. Clear, friends? And the 4th letter of your PAN represents type of person. For individuals, it will be P. For companies, it will be C. For partnership firm, it will be F. You're getting my point, everybody? आप सबका पैन कार्ड देख लो, 4th लेटर पक्का P रहेगा, कोई डाउट ही नहीं है. Some of them are checking. Check. 5th letter represents surname first letter. 5th letter represents what, sir? Surname first letter. कार्तिक बराबर है ना? कार्तिक बोल रहे हैं हाँ बराबर है सर. ठीक है सर, क्लियर एवरीबॉडी? समझ में आ रहा है कुछ चीज? चलो, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इन ऑर्डर टू रन समथिंग इन इनकम टैक्स, डू समथिंग इन इनकम टैक्स, पर्सन शुड हैव अ नंबर कॉल्ड व्हाट? पैन. व्हाट इज पैन फुल फॉर्म? हाउ मेनी डिजिट कोड? न्यूमेरिकल, अल्फा न्यूमेरिकल? अल्फा न्यूमेरिकल. 4th लेटर रिप्रेजेंट्स P. P मत बोलो, टाइप ऑफ पर्सन. फॉर कंपनीज C, firms F, but individuals they didn't use I, they used it P. Person. P for person, individual. So getting clarity, everybody? All of us beta bolo. And this website, what I have shown you now, incometax.gov.in, we will talk more detail about this website when we go to the chapters like TDS, advanced tax. ऐसा वर्ड सुने कभी प्रैक्टिकली? TDS. अरे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है यार ये TDS, advanced tax ये सब. बिकॉज कोई बंदा बोलता है हमको जॉब लग गया, मैंने कहा 50,000 सैलरी है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन दे लास्ट, कटिंग्स होने के बाद कितना बचेगा? बोलने के लिए 50,000 सैलरी है बॉस, 20,000 तो वैसे ही कटेगा टैक्स 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 बोल के, बचेगा हाथ में 30,000. दैट्स व्हाई प्रैक्टिकली पैकेज इज डिफरेंट, सैलरी इन हैंड इज डिफरेंट. फ्रेंड्स, करेक्ट? एवरीबॉडी गेटिंग क्लैरिटी? फॉर दैट देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड TDS and all, which we'll talk in detail separately. Now, there is one more website called IncomeTaxIndia.gov.in. This website is a lovely place where you will find the actual law of income tax. Sir, यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है क्या? Just 1 second. Are you able to see something here? Tax laws and rules. Yes, my dear friends. Can you read out what is written here? Acts, rules, circulars, notifications, budget. Last one is bills and direct tax code. Government is planning to bring something like that. It has not come so far. Government has a plan to bring something called DTC, direct tax code, which has not come till now. समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? देखो, if I, let's say I click this budget, then I can see all the acts, rules, circulars. You can see here what is written here: Finance Act, Finance. If I click Finance Bill, you can see here year 2023. ये दिख रहा है क्या? Year 2023. In that budget speech, Finance Bill, everything is there. Then speak out. But let us say if I go back and I select Finance Act, Finance Act. Now see here, what is the option I have got only? Only up to 22. Do I have 23 here? Bolo. Why? The budget 23 which has come recently has still not become act. Now if somebody asks you the question, how will budget become act? Do you have an answer? How? Budget approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Then it becomes finance. Then the bill is signed by, then it becomes finance. Exactly. आपको वेबसाइट में भी बिल दिख रहा है पर एक्ट नहीं दिख रहा है, क्योंकि अभी तक एक्ट बना ही नहीं है और अपने को उससे लेना देना है ही नहीं अपने एग्जाम के लिए. बराबर बेटा? Everybody, sir. And if you look at here, if I, let's say I go back here and I select Income Tax Act, which year? 1961. then I'll have all the section numbers of Income Tax Act. Section 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, all section numbers I have got. And here I can do a search of any specific section number I want. I can check here also. The only reason I am showing you this point is that in Google, if you type some section number, somebody will write something and give their content. That is their feelings and emotions. But let me tell you is, what we want is sections and subsections, not feelings and emotions. No feelings and emotions, only sections and subsections. समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? Everybody, my dear friends. Now what I want to tell you very clearly is that 2 मिनट पहले आपको बोला था ना, यहाँ पे देखो आप, where we wrote here, see, previous year I wrote here what, section 234 and section 3, बराबर है ना? ये देखो अभी section 3 क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे? section 3 is what? Previous year. section 4 charge of income tax. जब भी मैंने आपको लिखा था section 4 is the chargeability section. इसको क्या हो गया? See, section 4, what did we write? Chargeability section. So why I'm tell you very clearly this point is that lot of times in the website, in Google somewhere and all, people write only their feelings and emotions. But don't believe in feelings and emotions, only believe in sections and subsections. That's it. No feelings and only sections and that's it. ये रुका या गया है? ठीक है, कोई टेंशन नहीं है, वो चले गया. चलो, come on, proceed. Now listen, my dear friends. Before we write that previous year assessment here, I'll tell one important point very clearly. Listen, my dear friends. In Income Tax Act, there are totally about 298 sections. How many sections are there? 298 sections are there in Income Tax Act, my dear friends. समझ गए क्या लिखा है वहां पे? 299. No results are found. Happy, no? Wonderful, very good. So totally we have got about 298 sections, my dear friends, and we have got almost about 14 schedules in Income Tax Act. And now let me tell you, every section, and not necessarily every section, but lot of sections are divided into subsections. And subsections sometimes will have clauses, and there will also be, ये सब आप लोग फाउंडेशन में सीखे क्या? Oh, good. Law में सीखे, good. Sections are divided into subsections. Subsections are divided into clause. Clause are divided into, exactly. Not every section will have subsection. For example, in income tax, there is one specific section for taxability of gift. Gift is taxable. Seriously, beta. In income tax, there is a provision which says that if any gift is received which is more than 50,000, it is taxable. From other than relatives. Papa dere, mummy dere, so not taxable. Girlfriend is giving taxable. Because girlfriend is not a relative. She may or may not be a relative. Barabar hai na yaar? Friends, getting clarity? Arey, that is important topic. We'll talk. Every time question is coming in exam. Not girlfriend, I mean gift taxability. Taxability of gift is coming in exams so many times. Very important. मतलब बहुत खतरनाक concept है यार. Income tax में ये provision है that some gifts are not taxable at all. So which case is not taxable is important. Clear, no? Now, I'll ask you one question. Yeah, sections are divided into subsection. They are divided into clause and subclause. And let me tell you, gift taxability in income tax is given by section number 56 to 10. How do you read this? Subclause. Oh man. Section 56, subsection 2, clause 10. That's it. So barabar hai na? Everybody, friends, speak out. Next I'll write something. Yeah? ध्यान से सोच के बोलना. 234. 231, 27. How do you read this? Section 2, subsection 34. 2 subsection 31. 2 subsection 7. Wonderful. Wrong answer. It is 2 clause 34, 2 clause 31, 2 clause 7. Now it is important to know what is the difference between clause and subsection. Some are telling, sir, kya sir? Ha sir. Sir, let me tell you what is the difference now. Listen. Sir, section 2 always deals with definitions. Section 2 deals with what? Definition. 234 defines what is previous year. 231 defines who is a person. 27 defines who is an assessee. There is no relation between one definition to another definition. When both are not related, we use clause. But 23.1 deals with house property income for let out. 23.2 deals with house property income for self-occupied. But both of them deals with house property income only. Subsections are related to each other. But clauses are not related to each other. समझ गए क्या? So in definitions, you will never have subsections. Definitions will have only clause. Because one subsection is interrelated to another subsection. But not every clause is related to another clause. ये तो फाउंडेशन में नहीं था. सर समझ गए बेटा? Everybody? I'll make you write all these points. Important. Come on. Section is divided into subsection. That is divided into clause. It is divided into exactly. Getting clarity, everyone? Speak out. And sometimes you will have explanations also. Explanation is something to clarify for what purpose section is applicable, and sometimes in explanation they'll also give definitions. They'll also give what, sir? Definitions. Last but not the least, sometimes you'll also have proviso. Oh, good man. What is proviso? Good. People have an answer. Very good. Exception proviso basically means exception to the rule. For example, generally we say every Sunday is a holiday, but sometimes exception with there, Sundays we take class. Correct? No, starting only if we start working, not this Sunday I mean to say, starting only if we start taking some classes required, at the end it becomes very comfortable for us. You're getting my point? Exception, exceptional cases. For example, Vinod sir will take class up to 7 o'clock in the night. Sometimes exception comes, he might take one problem is going on. You should not tell no problem is in middle. So what sir, 7 o'clock over sir. मिलेगा ठीक है ना रुक जाओ एक्सेप्शन रहेगा यार बीच में आंसर यार खत्म तो करके जाओ 10-15 मिनट बराबर है ना anyways are we getting clarity on this point everybody so sections are divided into subsection they are divided into clause they are divided into and there could be explanations there could also be proviso these two are not mandatory they may be there may not be there and subsections are interrelated to each other but clauses are not. That is why in definitions we don't use subsection. It is clause. Clear? Now I'll write my section number. Tell how do we read this. 64.1.7. Section 64, subsection 1, clause 7. Clear है ना? Wonderful. Student को clarity आ गया. डेफिनेशन में सबसेक्शन नहीं हो सकता डेफिनेशन में सिर्फ क्लॉज रहेगा बराबर है ना बेटा एवरीबॉडी सर नेक्स्ट दैट्स इट इन दैट देयर इज नो सबसेक्शन देयर इज नो क्लॉज जरूरी है कि हर सेक्शन में सबसेक्शन हो बेटा क्लियर है एवरीबॉडी सर दैट्स इट चलो लेट्स राइट वन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट लास्ट पॉइंट आई थिंक वी रोट वाज रूलिंग्स गिवन बाय हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट करेक्ट नो अच्छा एक और पॉइंट भी खत्म करते फिर दोनों एक साथ लिखते हैं मुझे बताओ बेटा सर नाउ लिसन वेरी क्लियरली व्हाट आर द फर्स्ट सोर्स ऑफ इनकम टैक्स बट लेट मी टेल यू इट केम इनटू फोर्स ऑन 1st April 1962 the reason being we know that income earned in previous year is chargeable to tax in लिखेंगे हम लोग वो पॉइंट्स पूरे लिखते हैं हम लोग आज ही लिखते हैं डोंट वरी सर क्लियर एवरीबॉडी नाउ अ क्वेश्चन Shiva Teja is making money in Maharashtra should I pay income tax yes I am making money in Telangana yes Tamil Nadu Jammu and Kashmir. No. No, yes, fix एक बात बोल. Yes, okay. Andaman. Sir, Andaman, sir. Andaman also have to pay income tax. Sure. Okay. I am not doing anything on the land. I am doing some activity inside the water. Should I pay income tax? अच्छा, मतलब पानी के अंदर भी काम करे तो टैक्स पे करना है. Oh my God. Next question. I am not doing activity in the water. I am doing in the air. Should I pay income tax? Huh? Yes. In exam, one time question has come. Define India. Because Income Tax Act applies to whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. In exam, one time question has come for 2 marks. What is the meaning of India as per income tax? Student wrote India covers land, water, air. 0 marks have come. Because there is a proper definition of India which is given by section 225A. Sir, in 2015, 16, 17, 3 years, I worked in the ICI correction department and also examination paper setting department. 17, I stopped doing that only because ICI brought one rule saying that whoever is in teaching activity, please stop doing correction and paper setting. But 3 years I have done that activity. That is why I am clearly telling you that if we write whatever we want to write, they'll only give whatever they want to give. Clear, no? So please, let's write properly and use proper language. So no question of direct tax directly. No. क्या लिखेंगे? Impact and incidents. Wonderful. Clear, no? चलो बेटा. 225 defines what is India, which says India includes territory. What is territory? Land. Land, boss, land. Territory. Territorial waters. Territorial waters means up to 12 nautical miles. We call it as territorial waters. For example, sir, South India. Students are telling, now we understood why you didn't go to science. Very good. So assume that is India. Sir, from here, this is called baseline. This is called as what line? Baseline. Baseline is a line where land is done, water begins. And we know that India is a peninsular country. Covered by land. Covered by water on 3 sides. That's why we are called peninsular country. Yari bolo na yaar. So from baseline up to 12 nautical miles. Up to what beta? 12 nautical miles. We call it as territorial waters. And let me tell you one interesting point. That is 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.852 kilometers. The distance in water is measured by nautical miles. Is that correct, no? Will you go to a shop and tell, भैया 1 liter sugar चाहिए, 1 kg दूध चाहिए? ऐसा बोलेंगे क्या? Every product has got unit of measure. In the same way, in water, the distance is measured by nautical miles. Up to 12 nautical miles is called what water? Territorial waters. Important to learn. The reason being, even though you do something in territorial waters, still you have to pay the tax. You're getting what I'm saying? Because income tax is applicable to whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. Clear? India covers what? Territory. Bolo. Territory. Territorial waters. Seabed. And subsoil. Underlying such waters. Sir, seabed subsoil matlab pani ke andar, if we keep going deep inside water, at one point you will find surface or not? That surface is called seabed. The surface inside the water, that's called seabed. Clear everybody? In short, what they are trying to tell is, भैया पानी के ऊपर नहीं, पानी के अंदर भी तू काम करके पैसे कमा रहा है, तू टैक्स भर. अब ये मत पूछो कि सर पानी के अंदर पैसे कैसे कमाएंगे. Andaman, for example, Andaman, there are people who take you inside water, show you all the fishes and bring you back. Or there's activity of scuba diving. So there's scuba diving. They put that mask and then go inside the water, see everything and then tell, wow, thumb, Insta reel. Are correct? No friends. Yeah, come on. India includes territory, territorial waters, seabed, and subsoil underlying such waters. बेटा बोलो यार. Speak out. India includes territory. Very good. Next one. Continental shelf and exclusive economic zone. And let me tell you an interesting point. This exclusive economic zone is up to 200 nautical miles. I repeat again, that is up to how many nautical miles? 200 nautical miles. Sir, name only says, what is that name? EEZ. Wapas bolo. Exclusive. Why that name has come, you know, exclusive economic zone. The reason because exclusively only one activity is covered, that is extraction of mineral oil. समझ रहा बेटा? So where is mineral oil coming from? Extraction only, no? Speak out. Sir, far away from the ocean, there are oil rigs, a big kind of ship kind of thing where they do the extraction activity from mineral oils. Friends, correct? No, sir. That is how we are living now. That extraction mineral oils is done. Sometimes they extract the crude petrol, do the processing, refining, then we get all this petrol, diesel. And all this refining cost increased. So government increased all the rates. Clear? Come on, India covers. Territory. Repeat. Territory. Territorial waters, seabed and subsoil underlying such water. Then continental shelf and exclusive economic zone up to 200 nautical miles. How much is 1 nautical mile? 1.852 kilometers. अरे पता है ना यार अभी बेटा बोलो ना यार. अच्छा दिखने रह गया. अभी दिख रहा है कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है तो भी आंसर बोलो. Come on, India covers 1.852. Wow. अरे यार सुनो तो यार मेरा क्वेश्चन. Come on, India covers territorial waters, seabed and subsoil underlying such water, continental shelf and exclusive economic zone. Finally, airspace. See this language, very smartly they prepared. Airspace about territory and territorial what? Sir, by last language, what did you understand? Airspace is covered only up to 12 nautical miles. So for example, sir, let me draw a small diagram. Imagine this is the baseline. Okay? Baseline matlab? Client khatam? हाँ पानी शुरू. Exactly. From here up to 12 nautical miles. क्या बोलेंगे इसको? Territorial waters. From here up to exclusive economic airspace कहाँ पे covered है बेटा? Airspace only up to 12 nautical miles. But they have not covered till exclusive economic zone. इसके पीछे logic वही है. Because in exclusive economic zone, only one activity is covered. What is that activity? Extraction of mineral oil, which we don't do in airspace, which we'll do inside the water. That's why they are not covered. वो लॉजिक नहीं मानो तो क्या बोलेंगे हम? एयर स्पेस कवर इसलिए नहीं कि ज्यादा एयर स्पेस कवर करेंगे तो ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा, घंटा प्रॉब्लम होगा. कॉन्सेप्ट समझो यार. नॉनसेंस. आई मीन सॉरी बट यार लॉजिक तो समझ में आना चाहिए ना यार. इसके पीछे क्यों चल रहा है, मतलब उसका फंडा क्या है उसका. ऐसे थोड़ी बोलेंगे कुछ भी जो मन में आया. सर क्लियर है सर? एवरीबॉडी कम ऑन. इंडिया डेफिनेशन डन. ओवर हो गया इंडिया डेफिनेशन. समाज टेलिंग सर थोड़ा ऐसा करो ना. क्या ऐसा करो? बोलो हट. बोलो इंडिया कवर्स territorial waters, subsoil underlying such water, continental shelf, exclusive economic zone, airspace above territory and territorial waters. अब याद हो जाएगा ना पक्का. आप एग्जाम में सिर्फ एयर स्पेस लिखेंगे तो पूरा मार्क्स नहीं आएगा. मार्क्स आएगा बट आधा आएगा. बिकॉज यू हैव टू राइट एयर स्पेस अबाउट टेरिटरी एंड टेरिटोरियल वाटर्स. ये कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ का ऊपर का जो एयर स्पेस है ये कवर नहीं है. उसका पीछे लॉजिक भी समझ गए हम लोग. सर क्लियर? एवरीबॉडी राइट. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. पुट अ स्टार मार्क. इनकम टैक्स एक्ट Income Tax Act 1961. Income Tax Act 1961 came into force. Income Tax Act 1961 came into force. Income Tax Act 1961 came into force on 1st April. Kabita? Very good. Income Tax 1961 came into force on 1st April 1962. Next. It contains 298 sections. It contains 298 sections and 14 schedules. 14. Sir, one second. Don't write number 14. It has to be this. Roman number. So Roman number pata hai na? And 14 schedules. Clear? Next point. Income Tax Act is applicable to whole of India. Income Tax Act is applicable to whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. Including Jammu and Kashmir. Next point. India is defined as per section 225A. So how do you read this 225A? Can you tell me now? Section 2. Very good. Good. Excellent. Section 2, clause 20. India is defined as per section 225A. Correct, no? In exam, what some students are doing, they are writing like this. 225A. Some are showing extra talent. 225A. Some are writing सीधा 225A. किसी बाप का नहीं सुनेंगे हम. बस लिखो जो मन में आए. बस डेफिनेशन का सेक्शन है. सेक्शन 2 रहेगा, कॉमन सेंस की बात है. उसके बाद क्लॉज रहेगा जो ब्रैकेट में चालू होगा. सर प्लीज अप्लाई सम कॉमन सेंस, and common sense should be common. Yeah, India is defined as per section 225A. Right, next line. Next line you write. India covers. Same point. But write next line. Same point, next line you write. India covers. और नीचे लिखो. One after other you write. India covers. First, territory. India covers territory. Next, territorial waters. India covers territory. Next, territorial waters, comma, seabed. That same point only. Territorial waters, comma, seabed. That is in same line. Territorial waters, comma, seabed, and subsoil. Seabed and subsoil underlying such waters. Seabed and subsoil underlying such waters. Next line. Continental shelf. And exclusive, क्या नाम है बेटा उसका? Economic zone. Continental shelf and exclusive economic zone. Next line, last. Airspace about territory. Airspace above territory and territorial waters. Airspace about territory and territorial waters. That's it. Write one note below. Note. Note. Put silent note and write. Territorial waters. Territorial waters is up to territorial waters is up to 12 nautical miles. Is up to 12 nautical miles. Bracket 1 nautical mile is equal to bracket 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.852 kilometers. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.852 kilometers. Note 2, one more point. Exclusive economic zone. Exclusive economic zone is up to कितना बेटा 200 nautical miles. You can use NM चलेगा ठीक है ना. That's it. Next separate point. Next separate point. A section in income tax. A section in income tax act. A section in income tax act. Friends, one small request. When you're writing income tax act, please use I capital, T capital. Okay? Don't use small letter. Please use uppercase. Yeah, a section in income tax act may contain subsection comma clause and subclause. Full stop. Further, continue, full stop. Further, comma, a section may also have provisos. A section may also have provisos. Proviso. Yeah. A section may also have provisos and explanations. A section may also have proviso and explanation. Yeah. Next point. If two parts of a section are not related, then they are regarded as, if two parts of a section are not related, then they are regarded as what beta? Clauses. Clause, you will write clause. Then they are regarded as clause. Full stop. However, comma. Full stop, continue. However, comma. Underline that word clause, no? Please underline that word clause. And continue. However, comma. If two parts of a section are related, then they are regarded as what beta? Subsection. Next point. Proviso, Proviso. Proviso means exceptions, exception, exceptions to the basic provision. Proviso means exception to the basic provision. Next, last point. Explanation gives clarification. Explanation gives clarification or definition. Explanation gives clarification or definition. That's it. Getting clarity, everybody? All of us, guys? समझ में आया सेक्शन क्या है, सबसेक्शन क्या है, क्लॉज क्या है, सब क्लॉज क्या है? If I write 234, what does that mean? So what you have to keep in mind always is that if two parts are related, then we say subsection. They are not related, and in definition it's always clauses because they're not related at all. Clear it, everybody? चलो दोस्तों, what are the 5 sources of income tax law? Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Rules 1962, Annual Finance Act, Circulars and Notification, Judicial Pronouncements. It means what? Rulings of High Court or who gives circulars and notifications? CBDT. It means what? Central Board of Direct Taxes. Clear enough, beta? Everybody, sir? Does income tax apply to Jammu and Kashmir? Andaman? Inside water? Airspace? Yes, but only territory and territorial waters. Yeah, beta, which is which section defines India? Section 2, clause 25. Come on, which section defines India? Section 2, clause 25A. Simple terms, we can say 225A. It defines what is India. Clear? What are the 5 pillars of democracy? Legislature, executive government, judiciary, press, comptroller and auditor general. What does judiciary do? Interprets the laws. Executive government. Implement the, what is the third list in Article 246, 7th schedule? Concurrent list. First list. Entry number for income tax. It is in which list? Union list. Very good. What is section number for India? 225A. उधर से इधर, इधर से इधर, इधर से इधर जाएंगे भाई. अब ये सोचो फर्स्ट डे को ऐसा है, मतलब 1 वीक के बाद 10 डेज के बाद क्या होगा रिवीजन. We'll do that way only. We'll revise like crazy, not normal. मतलब ऐसा पढ़ाऊंगा सर, क्लासेस खत्म हो जब तक you will go crazy in section numbers. Remember things like anything. That's my guarantee. That is my challenge. रात में 12 बजे आपको फोन करके पूछूंगा सेक्शन 225A. You immediately get up and tell India. Example. मैं फोन नहीं करूंगा 12 बजे, example बोल रहा हूँ. That is why I'll make you perfect. No second thought about it, no doubt about it. Hundreds of students we have done that. We'll definitely do it. Because in the morning I just told you that I worked for 2 years in the core tax department of ENY Big 4. After that I started my practice and immediately started my teaching. It's been more than 12 years now, 12th year going on now, which I've been into teaching. And in the last 12 years, I taught only one subject, tax. आता नहीं कुछ और, यही आता है, क्या करें. ठीक है, क्लियर. प्रोसीड. प्रोवाइसो का मतलब क्या है? एक्सप्लेनेशन का मतलब क्या है? Clarification or definition. In exam, one crazy boy wrote, boy or girl, whoever it is, I don't know, no, they'll not tell us the name. Then boy wrote, proviso means explanation. Explanation means explanation. दोनों में फर्क क्या है बोले तो, एग्जाम में 2 मार्क को आया एक बार. In 2019 attempt, one question came in exam for 2 marks. What is the difference between proviso and explanation? And one student wrote much more dangerous answer. Proviso means provision. Provision in shortcut is known as proviso. मतलब वो समझ गया उसका टैलेंट. वो बोल रहा है प्रोविजन का शॉर्टकट प्रोविजो है. भाई प्रोविजन मतलब सेक्शन हो गया, प्रोविजो हो गया एक्सेप्शन, कुछ भी यार. ठीक है, आर वी क्लियर सो फार? कैन वी प्रोसीड? चलो गाइस, कम ऑन, लिसन नाउ. आर यू एन इंडिविजुअल? Some are thinking, what are the different ways a person can do the business? I didn't ask different types of business. I asked different ways of doing business. I mean different types of doing business. Organizations. Sole proprietor मतलब individual, बराबर ना? नेक्स्ट और कैसे कर सकता है? ये कुछ ये कुछ बोला है, आप कुछ तो बोले ना. अरे क्या बोलते क्या आंसर देखे यार. अच्छा कुछ और बोला है क्या? somebody told something called HUF. अच्छा you told, very good. सुने ये नाम क्या है? HUF फाउंडेशन में था ना ये. मिताक्षराला, वेस्ट बंगाल, असम, ये सब सुने क्या? ठीक है. HUF तो सुने क्या? ये बस से उतनी ज्यादा जरूरत नहीं है. Hindu undivided family. In fact, once upon a time there was a concept that in Hindus this concept of HUF is applicable. If father dies, all rights will come to son. But 20 years back they brought amendment where they told daughter has got equal rights that of a son. Bang on. Daughter has got equal rights that of a son. Excellent. Happy? टमाटर. हाँ ऐसा होना चाहिए, हमको ज्यादा देना चाहिए. और ज्यादा क्यों भाई? Equal. हाँ equal rights that of a son. In fact, HUF is one type of organization of doing the business where a person, once he has got a child, he can create one HUF. And the members of HUF are called co-partners. Head of the family is called, ये पता है ना? ऐसे पूछा, ये सब एग्जाम नहीं आएगा, बट आपको HUF क्या है पता होना चाहिए. HUF stands for Hindu Undivided Family. Clear, no? Wonderful. एक बार क्या हुआ sir? I mean, still remember, I cannot forget that. One time I was sitting in office, one person came and told, he told sir कुछ काम है. मैं बोला बोलो सर क्या काम है? वो बोला साहब एक हुफ बनाना है. बोला हुफ बनाना है? हुफ क्या होता सर? मतलब मेरे को 2 मिनट मतलब समझ में नहीं आया मुझे. हुफ क्या बोल रहा है ये? हुफ बनाना क्या होता सर? फिर वो बंदा, उसका जवाब भी सुनो. वो बंदा बोल रहा है सर वही सर शादी के बाद बच्चे के बाद बनाते ना हुफ. बोला शादी के बाद बच्चे के बाद हुफ क्या होता रे? मेरे को मतलब it took 2 minutes for me, literally for 2 minutes I didn't understand what he's talking. फिर समझ में आया हुफ मतलब HUF क्या, ठीक है भाई बनाएंगे. सर डोंट टेल हुफ, व्हाट इज दैट? HUF please. The one individual HUF. Then next possibility, partnership, but in simple language we'll tell firm. ठीक है? No. When firm has come, next word should automatically come. That is LLP. बराबर है ना? LLP full form क्या है? Limited Liability Partnership. Now I'll ask you one question. Firm में LLP में फर्क क्या है बेटा? ठीक है. Firm has got liability unlimited. क्या यार, क्या जवाब दे रहे यार CA स्टूडेंट्स रह के? BCom आंसर दे रहे क्या यार? The liability of the partnership firm is joint and several. समझ टेलिंग उसका मीनिंग अनलिमिटेड है ना सर? मीनिंग अनलिमिटेड है, बट थोड़ी ना हम अनलिमिटेड वर्ड बोलेंगे यार. ये प्रोफेशनल स्टूडेंट्स, ये टॉक टाइम थोड़ी अनलिमिटेड बोलेंगे. बोलो वापस. व्हाट इज लायबिलिटी ऑफ पार्टनरशिप फर्म? जॉइंट एंड सेवरल. आपको अनलिमिटेड सिखाया या जॉइंट एंड सेवरल सिखाया क्लास में? जॉइंट एंड सेवरल. बट सर ये भी बोले अनलिमिटेड. हाँ बराबर बोले सर, वो समझने के लिए बोले, बट है तो जॉइंट एंड सेवरल ही ना. हाँ LLP व्हाट इज लायबिलिटी? लिमिटेड. ओ कितना लिमिटेड भाई? लिमिटेड टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ कंट्रीब्यूशन और द कैपिटल. बराबर है ना? फर्म LLP में सबसे बड़ा फर्क वही है, क्योंकि फर्म द लायबिलिटी इज जॉइंट एंड सेवरल, अनलिमिटेड लायबिलिटी, बट इन LLP लिमिटेड टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ कैपिटल. बराबर. नेक्स्ट और क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है? क्या बेटा क्या बनाएंगे? कंपनी. वाओ, व्हाट इज ए कंपनी? कंपनी इज ए कंपनी. ये नहीं था कि आपको फाउंडेशन में कंपनी का डेफिनेशन था ना? हाँ तो बोलना बेटा कंपनी क्या होता है? Some are telling it's an artificial body where people come together with a common objective. बराबर है ना? बोलो यार, कोई तो बोलो यार कुछ तो. Company is a company defined under this act or any other previous act. This act is 2013. Previous act is 1956. Good. Foundation pass हो गया. Brilliant. ठीक है. Anyways, coming back my dear friends, company is also one type of organization. There is one regulatory body called Ministry of Corporate Affairs (MCA) which regulates a company. So persons can form a company and then they can do the activity. For example, expert is formed as a company. It is Expert Professional Academy Private Limited. Every company will have either limited or private limited. Just limited means, PVT limited means, ये तो पता है ना अपने को, Reliance Industries Limited, it's a public company. Clear no? Next, और क्या हो सकता है? Body of individual. सुने ये वर्ड, बॉडी ऑफ इंडिविजुअल. बॉडी ऑफ इंडिविजुअल का मीनिंग क्या है बोलूंगा सर. सुनो, लेट अस से सर देयर आर टू पीपल सिटिंग हियर. 1 2 3. योर गुड नेम? Ravi. I'll keep it as Ravi in simple terms. Okay, let's say Shiva, Ravi and our friend Karthik, three of us decided to do business together. We three together did not create a partnership firm. We three together did not create LLP. We three together did not create one company. But we three together are doing business. हम तीनों को साथ में क्या बोलेंगे? Body of individual. Body of individual is a group of individual doing the business who have not created any partnership firm, LLP or company. Simple terms we say body of individual is a group of individual coming together to do the business who have not formed a separate entity. समझ गया? नेक्स्ट लाइन बोलूंगा, सुनो अभी. AOP, एसोसिएशन ऑफ पर्सन्स. मतलब क्या? हम तीनों साथ में बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. मैंने जाके विनोद सर को बोला सर बिजनेस बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, आप भी आ जाओ. विनोद सर बोले नहीं नहीं मैं अकेले नहीं आऊंगा, मैं कंपनी को लेके आऊंगा अपने साथ. सो 4 of us together are doing business. शिवा, रवि, कार्तिक, एक्सपर्ट अकेडमी प्राइवेट लिमिटेड. 4 people are doing. Are all the 4 individuals? उसमें इंडिविजुअल के अलावा कोई और भी है ना सर? It's called AOP. If all of them are individual, we call it as BOI. If other than individual also is there, we call it as AOP. I think clear no? बेटा बोलो यार. Next और कुछ? Local authority. Example? PMC. In Hyderabad we have got HMC, Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, Pune Municipal Corporation, boss. Clear no? Local bodies. So clear है ना? Right. Next, last but not the least, AJP. BJP नहीं है, AJP है. AJP stands for Artificial Juridical Person. Judicial person. Artificial Juridical Person. Example? कंपनी तो ऑलरेडी ऊपर है, वो बोल रहे सर फर्म वो भी है, AOP ऑलरेडी है. Exactly. Trust will come under that. Universities will come under that. Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, TTD, Tirupati Temple, you know, that's run by one trust called TTD, Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam. That's trust. It's a trust. If I ask you where is Tirupati, where is TTD, can you show me who is TTD? It's an artificial body. It's an artificial body. One more classic example, ICAI. Is ICAI company? It's a partnership firm. LLP, what is it then? Artificial Juridical Person. Correct, no? So speak out. These all are covered in the definition of person, which is defined by section 231. That's why I told you all this, not for time pass. The reason being, Income Tax Act is applicable to every person, and the person is defined by section 231. That is this. And beautiful point, let me tell you, they started with the word person includes. Sir, I have a reason why I told like that. Because there are 3 ways how definitions are given in the law. Inclusive definition, exclusive definition, exact definition. Come suniye ye word. For example, let us say, Karthik, I can use your name for 2 minutes. Example purpose only, okay? Don't take otherwise. Okay, I'm using Karthik name for 2 minutes. I asked Karthik, come on Karthik, how many girlfriends do you have? Karthik told, sir, my girlfriend list includes 1, 2, 3. मतलब क्या है? कोई और 4th, 5th भी है जो मुझे बता रहा नहीं है. अरे समझ गए आप लोग? Speak out, my dear friends. I asked him next question. Karthik, come on, tell your girlfriend names. He told, my girlfriend means 1, 2, 3. That means what? अरे इतना फील मत हो जा भाई, जवाब तो दो. Exact. Only 3 are covered. Nothing more, nothing less. But dangerous part is last step. If I ask Karthik, then he's telling my girlfriend list excludes 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. समझ गए ना मीनिंग आप लोग? ये 3 छोड़ के बाकी सब अपने गर्लफ्रेंड से. Just joking, just for fun. Yeah, so got a clarity on this point, everybody? Now coming back, my dear friends, there is a fundamental strong reason why in income tax lot of definitions you will find as includes. The reason because whenever government wants to add somebody, they can easily add. If it is means nothing more, nothing less, can they add somebody? No. If it's inclusive means these are covered, somebody else also may be covered in the future. Correct, no? For example, Jadoo has come from somewhere. Om. Arey barabar na yaar. Jadoo has come and Jadoo in India got fascinated. Jadoo started doing some business in India and made some money. Should Jadoo pay tax? Yes. Is Jadoo a company? Is it individual? Is it company? Firm? No. But still pay tax. Because person includes. They'll do amendment in the law. Person includes individual, HUF, company, firm, AOP, BOI, AJP, local authority and Jadoo. Sir, clear, sir? Everybody, my dear friends, I hope you're getting clarity. That Jadoo example was only to make you understand the meaning of that word called includes. If they want to add something in the future, they will have a power to add very easily. Are we clear? Let's write the point. Next. Income tax is applicable to right? Income tax is applicable to every person. Income tax is applicable to every person. Full stop. Continue. Person is defined. Person is defined under section 231. Full stop. Continue. Person includes individual. Person includes individual, comma HUF, individual, HUF, firm, individual, HUF, firm, LLP, individual, HUF, firm, LLP, company, BOI, that is body of individuals, right? Full form. Body of individuals, association of persons, local authority, next, artificial juridical person. Artificial juridical person. That's it. Are we clear with that part, everybody? So which section defines India? 225A. Which section defines person? 231. Clear, everybody? All of us, guys? Now listen, something important I'll teach you today, which I already told you, but I'll write here perfectly now. Section 4 deals with chargeability section of income tax. I'll write one interesting language. Listen very clearly. Full language I'll write this time. Income earned by an assessee. Come on, what is the language I use, sir? Income earned by an, one line I'll tell. which I'll make you write also, but listen very clearly. Every assessee is a person, but every person need not be an assessee. For example, you are an individual, but are you paying tax? No. That means you are a person, but you're not an. But Shiva Teja is a person also, assessee also, because I'm paying tax. What is assessee definition? We'll talk in detail separately. That will take some sweet time. Not now. Later we'll talk. Sir, clear? Everyone? Because there's a lot of depth in that word called assessee. That will take some sweet time. So we'll talk in detail separately about who is assessee exactly. Simple meaning, assessee means who is? Assessee means who is liable to pay tax. All of you have a PAN card, but are you paying income tax? Because income is not more than the basic limit. What is the basic limit? Tomorrow we'll start all the discussion. And from tomorrow onwards, please do carry calculators. Already if you're having, well and good. Not having, please carry from tomorrow. Okay, no? Done. What did I write? Income earned by an assessee during the previous year shall be chargeable to tax in assessment year. That's it. And what is previous year? Do we know that? So previous year meaning समझ गए ना हम लोग बेटा? Previous year का definition कौन सा section number के? 234 and section 3, which defines what is previous year. Previous year is the year in which income is earned. Assessment year is defined by section 29. Assessment year is the year in which previous year income is chargeable to tax. समझ गए बेटा? Everybody speak out. Now let me tell you one very, very important point. You all are writing exam in November 23, correct? For you, which Finance Act is applicable? Finance Act 22. I told you that already. A year in which you write exam, that year Finance Act will not apply. Finance Act 22 will apply to you. So for your exam, beta, previous year is 22-23. Assessment year is 23-24. So all the questions what we are going to solve, everywhere we use previous year 22-23, assessment year 23-24, PY 22-23, AY 23-24. समझ में आ गया बेटा? Everybody, sir, all of us, when I say PY 22-23, what is the meaning of that? 1st April 22 to 31st March 23. In fact, we did not create anything. There is no specific logic why April to March. British followed that for a long time. India continued. Because in India we have a great concept, no? Control C, Control V, copy, paste. मजा आता है अपने को उसमें. चलो क्लियर है ये सब? बेटा बोलो. I'll ask you one question. One person, Mr. X. Mr. X. You know X, right? Mathematics, huge. We use the word X. Some of them, X. Get back, man. Mr. X started business on 1st April 22. Tell me, beta, what was the previous year? 1/4/22 to 31st March 23. Sir, yes or no? But let me tell you one more point. And for him, what will be assessment year? 1/4/23 to 31st March 24. बेटा बराबर है ना यार? यार बोलना बेटा. Next situation. Example 2. Mr. X started business on 10th August 22. Tell me guys, what will be the previous year? 21. 21 कहाँ से है मेरे भाई? 1st April 22. Wrong answer. 10th August 22 to 31st March 23. Assessment year will be 1/4/23 to 31st March 24. The concept behind this example is that every time assessment year is always 12 months. But previous year need not always be 12 months. If business started in the middle of the year, previous year will be less than 12 months. समझ में आना दोस्त? बेटा बोलो. Everybody clear with this point? All of us. Small point, but came in exam on time for 2 marks. Such small, minute things make a difference here. And let me tell you one point. In your exam pattern, 70% will be descriptive. Descriptive means not theory. Problem solving, sometimes theory questions, but majority times in tax, it will be problem solving only. And 30% you have got MCQs. Multiple choice questions. And as on today's date, there is no negative marking for MCQ in existing syllabus, what you are going to write. That is why they divide the paper for subject like tax, costing. They ask questions like 70-30 ratio. Sir, clear है? Why I told this point, MCQ में छोटे-छोटे points exam में आते हैं. For example, income tax 1961 is made applicable from 1/4/1961, 1/4/1962, 1/4/1963, 1/4/1964. Student सीधा select करेगा option A. Income tax 1961 ने तो 61 ने. अरे मेरे भाई एक्ट तो 61 में बना है, बट एप्लीकेबल कब से? 62 से. Correct? No, because MCQs are very dangerous. Students think MCQs are easy, but according to me MCQs are dangerous because all options look same only. प्रॉब्लम वही है ना. और हम जो मतलब जो हम नॉर्मली कुछ स्पेशल लॉजिक अप्लाई करते, एक काम करते 30 है ना, 30 में से पूरा ए सिलेक्ट करेंगे, उसमें 10 तो ए होंगे. अरे भाई, डोंट डू ऑल दैट. इंटर लेवल में ऑल दैट विल नॉट वर्क. इट हैज टू बी क्लियर कॉन्सेप्चुअल अप्रोच. नो तुक्का मारना, टाइम पास करना, कुछ नहीं वर्कआउट नहीं होता. वी हैव टू बी वेरी क्लियर. मेक सेंस राइट एवरीबॉडी? चलो, पुट साइड हेडिंग सेक्शन 4, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. लेट्स स्टार्ट. सेक्शन 4 टाइटल चार्जेबिलिटी सेक्शन. सेक्शन 4 टाइटल लिखो बेटा, चार्जेबिलिटी सेक्शन. सेक्शन 4 टाइटल, व्हाट इज द टाइटल बेटा? Chargeability section. Section 4 chargeability section. Underline. Right below. Income earned by an assessee. Income earned by an assessee. Income earned by an assessee during the previous year. Income earned by an assessee during the previous year shall be chargeable to tax. Shall be chargeable to tax. Shall be chargeable to tax in the assessment year. Income earned by an assessee during the previous year shall be chargeable to tax in the assessment year. Next point. As per section 234, I am sure you know how to write. As per section 234 and section 3. As per section 234 and section 3, comma, previous year. As per section 234 and section 3, comma, previous year is the year in which. Previous year is the year in which income is earned. Previous year is the year in which income is earned. Next point. As per section 29. 29. So all the sections are of which act? Income Tax Act. Which year? Exactly. As per section 29, comma, assessment year. Assessment year is the year in which. Assessment year is the year in which previous year income is. Assessment year is the year in which previous year income is chargeable to tax. Assessment year is the year in which previous year income is chargeable to tax. Beta clear hai na? Next point. Every financial year, will act as both PY and AY. बराबर है बेटा? Friends, speak out. Done. Last point for today. We'll complete with this. Clear? That is right. Right like this. Assessment year. AY, you can use AY if you want. Assessment year is always 12 months. Correct na beta? Assessment year is always 12 months. But previous year need not always be 12 months. Previous year need not always be 12 months. Clear? Take this example beta. This example you take. Done? Finished writing? That's all for today, and that's a discussion about the basic concept of income tax. This, friends, let me tell you, we have got about 10 topics. Listen now, relax, don't write anything. Sir, we have got some 10 topics in this subject. What all the topics, how they go and all, tomorrow we'll talk in detail, because tomorrow we'll learn about something called heads of income, what is gross total income, what is deduction, all that we'll learn in detail tomorrow. And we'll also see the practically how it looks. Okay, and the first chapter name is basic concepts of income tax, which is not yet over. It will take 2-3 days more time to understand them and also start doing calculation of taxes. For that, I told you we require calculator in the classrooms. Clear, my dear friends? Everybody? And ensure that you guys, what spirit you are sitting in the class today, continue the same positivity till the end, and I'll assure you that you will get the best of the tax subject and ensure that you guys master the subject, and there's a naam hai, वैसे ही काम रहेगा, will make you expert in tax. That's for sure. And I'll make sure that whatever subject you learn in tax will be useful for you practically, and you'll remember me for sure, because tax is a very beautiful subject, and every day you guys will be waiting in the morning to learn tax because it's very practical, very amazing. So I wish you all the best, guys. See you guys tomorrow. And one humble suggestion to all the friends who have actually come from outstation, ensure that please keep in mind that you have come all the way to Pune for a specific purpose. Don't defeat that purpose. Fulfill that purpose. Have fun. Enjoy when class is not there. But for the sake of enjoyment, don't compromise on subjects. Because subject first, rest all next. Because as I told you already, no feelings and emotions. Only that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Enjoy. Have fun. Thank you. How many are from outstation here, by the way? Oh, majority of them. Only some are localites. Good. ठीक है, तो ध्यान रख लेना अपना. Take care of your health. Find out good hostel, find out good mess. Eat food properly, because पूरे में क्या है, खाने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा ऑप्शंस है और सब कुछ अच्छा लगता है, सब कुछ खाने का मन करता है. तो थोड़ा ध्यान से देख के अच्छी जगह पे खा लेना. And take care of your health. Okay, health is very important. Ultimately, only then you can stay strong and do things in stronger way. Take good care of yourself. Take good care of your studies. Concepts will take care. That will leave it to us. ठीक है? Clear? और जो पुणे लोकल है उनको टेंशन ही नहीं है, घर से आ रहे घर से जा रहे, बराबर है ना? ठीक है, चलो. And all class of expert from morning till evening will be in the same classroom only. So whoever is an expert, you can happily sit here and continue. Thank you. which our friend was asking. अरे एक मिनट है प्लीज. वन मोर लास्ट में फ्रेंड वाज आस्किंग सर कुछ डाउट्स है तो क्या करने का. डाउट्स है तो मैं तो बोलता हूँ बिंदास क्लास में ही पूछ लो. अगर क्लास के बाद कुछ डाउट है तो नेक्स्ट डे सुबह पूछ लो. And other option is during lunch break I'll be in office only because morning after your class I'll stay back here only because मुझे भी अपना हैदराबाद का ऑफिस का काम रहता है. तो मेरे नीचे the moment you enter expert office straight there is one cabin right जहाँ पे विनोद रेड्डी सर का नाम लिखा है. तो I only use that cabin because सर का दूसरा cabin है. So I use that cabin there. So I'll be sitting there only in the lunch time also. अगर आपको लंच ब्रेक में कभी क्वेरी है तो तभी भी आ सकते. ये आज के नहीं बोल रहा मैं, फॉर नेक्स्ट 60 days. ठीक है, डन. लंच ब्रेक में टाइम नहीं मिला तो शाम में पूछ लेना. And we'll anyways create one WhatsApp group, adding all of you guys who are there as a part of this. In that group also you can ask your queries. We'll reply back there. Done. थोड़ा फर्स्ट डे ना तो क्वेश्चंस ज्यादा आ रहे. ठीक है बेटा, आपको ना 3 मटेरियल्स मिल जाएगा. 2 will be modules, module 1, module 2 for your class reference purpose. In that you will have questions, concepts, everything. But concepts we are going to write summary like this because see, because what happens is that if I don't make you write running notes and directly open the material and make you underline, you will not remember the things. Do you accept that? रनिंग नोट्स लिखे तो परफेक्ट होंगे ना बेटा. अभी आई एम श्योर जो भी हमने आज सीखा है वो सब पूरा दिमाग में बैठ गया. इतना बैठ गया कि 2-3 घंटे के बाद मैं क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा तो आंसर आ गया आपके पास. अगर कोई बंदा आपसे पूछता है कि फाइनेंस एक्ट बना कैसा, इनकम टैक्स आया किधर से, ये AY क्या है, PY क्या है, इंडिया क्या है, अगर वो कोई बंदा मिला आपको नीचे ऊपर जो बोलेगा इंडिया मतलब लैंड वाटर एयर, एक दे के बात करेंगे ना आप लोग कि क्या बात कर रहे हैं पागल बोल के. बराबर है ना. तो अभी तो अपने पास क्लैरिटी आ गया. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू इज दैट सो आई डेफिनेटली मेक यू रनिंग नोट्स लाइक दिस इन द क्लासरूम. But you'll also get 2 modules which has got all the content in a simple crisp manner again with problems. All that questions will solve in the classroom. So we get 2 modules. One will be question answer book which has got answers also, but that I'll not give now. I'll give you little later. It's already ready, but I'll give you only after 15-20 days or 1 month after we complete 2-3 chapters. Because मैं पहले वो दूंगा तो आप पूरा उस पर पढ़ोगे. पहले हमको सॉल्व करना है क्लास में, उसके बाद क्वेश्चन आंसर बुक देखना है. ठीक है ना बेटा. तो वो थोड़ा लेट मिलेगा. So you'll get 3 books. 2 are question banks, 2 are modules, 1 is question answer book, and I'll also give you 1 more short material for summary, entire summary, which will come at the end of the class. पहले कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ते फिर समरी देखते. ठीक है, अपन वो स्टेज पे नहीं आया अभी. तो 2 मॉड्यूल आएगा, एक क्वेश्चन आंसर बुक आएगा और समरी मटेरियल आ जाएगा, वो लास्ट में आएगा. एंड ऑलरेडी मॉड्यूल 1 इज रेडी इन द ऑफिस. whoever have already taken the admission you can take from the office. Done. Thank you. और कुछ क्वेरी कुछ है तो पूछ लो बेटा, आज ही पूछ लो, कोई बात नहीं. ICA मॉड्यूल, गुड क्वेश्चन. ICA मॉड्यूल्स आप रजिस्टर करें तो ICA से मिल जाएगा. एंड डोंट वरी मच अबाउट ICA मॉड्यूल बिकॉज whatever is there in ICA book is already covered in our book, plus extra is also covered. So there will be nothing which is there in ICA extra but not there in our material. That scope is not there. You can vouch, I will vouch for it. You can check it later if you want. तो ICA में जो भी है सब कुछ अपने पास कवर्ड है, तो उसका टेंशन बिल्कुल मत लो आप. और ICA के प्रॉब्लम्स पूरे अपने पास सॉल्व हो जाएंगे. उल्टा उधर 10 प्रॉब्लम है, अपने बुक में 30 प्रॉब्लम है, तो आराम से कवर हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट. और कुछ गर्ल्स को कोई इसको क्वेरी नहीं है क्या? कल बीकॉम का एग्जाम है. अच्छा, आप लोग ये पूछे थे आप जूम में, क्या टाइम पे एग्जाम? 10 to 12:30. परफेक्ट, मेरा ही टाइम पे लगा है. ठीक है, उसका कुछ प्लान करते हैं हम लोग, आपको मैसेज करवा देंगे सबको. आप लोग सब नंबर्स लिखे ना आपका, कहाँ पे शीट्स वो, हाँ पेपर मुझे पास कर दो, मैं सबको एक बल्क मैसेज करवा दूंगा क्या टाइमिंग रहेगा, क्या करेंगे हम. उसमें नंबर नहीं है. ओ माय गॉड, उसमें किसी का भी नहीं है, सिर्फ नाम ही है, उस पर नंबर नहीं है सिम्स. ठीक है, नाम तो लिख दो आप, पेपर पास कर दो. ठीक है, विल ट्राई टू सेंड सम मैसेज थ्रू सम प्लेटफॉर्म और विल ट्राई टू पुट इट समवेयर इन सम ग्रुप. ठीक है ना. क्लास तो रहेगा, क्लास छुट्टी तो नहीं रहेगा, क्लास तो रहेगा, बट टाइमिंग्स क्या करना देख लेते हैं हम. ठीक है, आप सुबह तो आ जाओ. ठीक है ना. डन. और कुछ क्वेरी? गर्ल्स किसी को भी क्वेरी नहीं है क्या? अब एकदम क्लियर है. ठीक है. बैक बेंच बॉयज, बैक स्ट्रीट बॉयज नहीं, सबको क्लियर है. ठीक है, डन. सर रोज अपना क्लास ऐसे ही चलेगा. दैट वी विल लर्न द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, विल रिवाइज द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, do some problems, become perfect, become master. That's it. There is no second thought about it. अपने क्लास में there is no scope for what you call dancing, singing and all. That all will not do at all. So forget it. If you want that, I'm not the right person for it. सब्जेक्ट 100% विल गिव. ठीक है, बोलना दोस्त. इवनिंग में कितना टाइम तक हूँ? क्यों लंच ब्रेक में नहीं आना है आपको मेरे पास? ठीक है, मतलब मैं शाम तक तो इधर ही हूँ. वैसे तो मैं जनरली शाम तक इधर ही रहूँगा ऑफिस में ही, बट बाई चांस समडे इफ आई एम नॉट देयर इन द इवनिंग टाइम, यू कैन डेफिनेटली कम बैक इन लंच ब्रेक. दैट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. दैट टाइम तो आई एम ऑलवेज देयर. ठीक है, शाम में मोस्टली रहूँगा. 90% आई विल बी देयर. समटाइम्स सम वर्क माइट कम, आई विल गो, बट 90% आई विल बी देयर टिल इवनिंग. डन. थैंक यू. और किसी को कुछ क्वेरी? इसका क्वेरी सर खत्म हो गया क्या, हम जाए क्या? ठीक है, no problem. Thank you so much guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the first session and had fun. We'll continue the same spirit, and you guys keep smiling, keep happy, feel happy, and enjoy all your classes. Have a great journey for CA Inter. Okay? All the very best guys. Do very well, extremely well. I'll not tell all the very best every day. Only today I'm telling because today is the first day. ठीक है, अच्छा कर लेना. Thank you. चलो दोस्त, bye bye.